Hey everybody, welcome to Kiki Loves Nigeria. How's everybody doing this evening? I am doing great. I'm just trying to stay warm. As you know, it's nice and cold in Ohio. Whew, we had what they called a colossal snowstorm, and that was no lie. So I had some time since we were out. Everything was just about closed. So I decided I would work on some YouTube. But I had no idea a story was going to come to me like this. So if you got, I'm getting ahead of myself. Welcome to Kiki Loves Nigeria. My name is Kiki, and I am the host of the show. I like to say this is a community show because we work together as a community to decide what we're going to talk about and decide which direction the show is going to go in. All right. So what we do, you guys kind of decide what the topics are. Pretty much, that's what I'm saying. That you guys decide what the topics are. You guys decide the direction of the channel. All right. So a lot of the things that we talked about have to do with you going to West Africa. Well, I'm just going to say Africa because we've been talking about all over Africa here lately. So with you visiting, going, expatting, anything to do with you and West Africa, we talk about it on this channel. All right. So that's what we do over here on these YouTube streets. All right. So it has been brought to my attention that there is a scammer in our community. Well, an alleged scammer. Let me say that. An alleged scammer in our community. And you all know that that is just something we cannot tolerate. So what we do when we find out or when we hear word that there's an alleged scammer in the community, we start investigating. We start investigating. We start looking. Because again, the goal of this channel is to educate you, to keep you safe, to let you go to Africa, visit Africa, come back, and not get scammed. That's what this channel is all about. Preventing you from getting scammed out of your money, out of your emotions, and out of your life. Because, honey, they'll take all three. So that's the goal on this channel, is to do that. That's our goal, okay? It's not to insult people. It's not to call people out. It's not to talk about people. It's to present the facts of what's going on in our community. And for us to decide as a community whether or not that person, that channel, or whoever can still be a member of this community. And the way we decide that and the way we do that is people just kind of just back away from you. They just kind of just back away from you. You might want to ask Black Acres of the Gambia about that. So they know a lot about that. What happens when you scam the community and they find out, they just kind of pull away. So after we did our show last Saturday about the Gambian repats, where are they now? A video came up on my timeline. Oh, hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself. I need to tell you about what we're talking about tonight. So we're talking about these people called Lyfe with the Kiings, but they've changed the name of the channel. So now the channel is called Kiing, the Kings. But when all these allegations were being made, these allegations are being made unto these people whose channel at that time was called Lyfe with the Kings. All right. So the name of our show tonight is called Where's Lyfe with the Kings? Where they really land scamming God's people. Episode 1, The Game. Because let me tell you something. Once I started looking into these people, there's no way this can just be one story, one life. No, 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 no. No. There's too much to this story. Too much. So I decided what we'll do, we'll put them in. What we're going to do is, instead of doing just Gambia expats, we're going to do the ones that are in Ghana and Gambia. So this would be the Ghana person. Okay. This would be the Ghana expat. Where are they now? Because it doesn't seem like we know where Mr. Kiing is at this moment. We don't know where he is. It's not sure where he is, if he's in Ghana, if he's in the UK, if he's in Jamaica. Nobody seems to know, and he seems to be elusive about that, or and very vague when you ask. All right. So this is why it's episode 1, because there's going to be many more till we get the whole story out. All right. And then we're going to have one of the people from, I'm not going to tell you which one, I'm going to surprise you, come on here, who made the video about what was going on. Now, let me get to the videos. Now, as you know, let's put fair use up here first, y'all. As you know, I had posted on my community page, right? And I posted,
get this panther
about I posted about a video.
Because nobody's focusing this panther.
That came up on my timeline. A video that came up on my timeline. It just came up out of nowhere. You know, I was, doing what I normally do. And then just laying there, watching TV. And then all of a sudden I see this video, right? And the video, the title,
hey, that nigga was chasing you, KT.
Got my attention. Hold on, I got to do the fair use first. Hold on, let me do that. So hold on, let's put this. Let me put this fair use up here first. Okay. So let me go to that. And then we're going to look at this. All right, let me read this real quick. All right, Kiki Loves Nigeria, fair use disclaimer. The content on Kiki Loves Nigeria may contain copyrighted content, not authorized for use by the owner. However, no copyright infringement is intended. Copyrighted material used on this channel falls under the Fair Use Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, which states copyrighted material can be used for education, research, teaching, and commentary purposes, which is the explicit goals of this channel. Views expressed disclaimer. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on Kiki Loves Nigeria belong solely to the author and not necessarily to the community, host, or the channel. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, let me go get these comments so we can stay on top of these, because it looks like it's going to be a lot of y'all on here tonight. So let's get some of these comments. So November Rain says, and she was on here early, y'all. I remember about 2 years ago when her eldest teenage daughter had ran away from Ghana and went back to the UK to be with her natural father. The mom was pregnant. That's interesting. That seems like that would be difficult to run away from Ghana. His daughter, son-in-law, and children moved to Ghana, Miss Jennifer says. Okay. They're talking about Mr. Kiing. Miss Douglas says they have since parted company with the daughter. Why? And husband, creating their own YouTube channel. They have disassociated with the Kiings. Do you know why the daughter doesn't talk to her dad anymore, and why they don't associate with them anymore? Soon after, the Kiings put their land and dwellings up for sale. The plot, excuse me, the plot thickens. Hey, Miss Greek, how you doing? She's saying hi to everybody in the chat. I pray it's a misunderstanding and not a scam. Oh, Miss Douglas, you must like them. You like them? You think they're nice people? Good evening, Kiki loves Nigeria. Miss Greek, Miss Douglas, November Rain. She says she hopes all is well and a happy new year. Yes. Brown Eye says she thought they were going. She thought you were going live on Wednesday. Oh, you thought I was going live on Wednesday? No, I go back to school, honey. Wednesday school will be open. I was going to try to make a video, but I was trying to make a video about this. It was too much. I said, okay, it's easier for me just to go live and I'll show y'all the video and we talk about the video. All right, than it is for me to do all of that because the video would be too long. It would be about an hour. So this was quicker. She's saying Happy New Year to you, Lady London. So this is good. And then it's snow. We're all snowed in. So I thought, okay, a lot of people are snowed in. So let's just sit and do a show. So we can knock this one out. So we can first, because we got to introduce the person that we're researching, right? So everybody's saying Happy New Year. So this is us introducing the person. The daughter and son-in-law complained about problems with the land, hence the disassociation. Oh, you think news you can use? Do you think it was like the problems that these other people were having with the land? All right, so do you think that was it? Because I wonder how many people really are having this problem. It sounds like a lot of people who bought land from the Kiings are having this problem. Yeah, it was terrible in Ohio. Oh my goodness. Everything is closed to Wednesday. Yes, they made a video. Oh, they made a video. Okay, news you can use. Can you tell me the name of the video, please? I want to go look at it. I might want to use it. No, it was because it was too remote. Oh, the land. Well, see, that was another thing that most of these people are saying, that the land that they're buying from this man, Mr. Kiing, is too remote. And they don't realize how remote it is until they get there. So he's obviously either not showing them a picture or not explaining to them the remoteness of this land. So there's some type of breakdown in communication. All right, I got to put these glasses back on. Y'all know I can't see these little bitty letters. She's saying hello. Good evening. All right. So I was at home on vacation. Just got finished doing my show. Then this other video popped up on my timeline. Is that what YouTube call it, a timeline? Well, it popped up on whatever YouTube call it, where they recommend videos. That's why I always say the TV is listening to you, because the TV was listening to me. Okay. So it came up. It said, Kiki, here's a video for you. I'm like, what? A video for me? And I said, okay, y'all, please excuse the background noise, but y'all know everybody's here because of the weather. Okay, so look. I said, okay, let me check this video out. And when I watched this video, y'all, I was shocked. I was shocked. So the name of this channel is Home with the Willises. And let's see what happened to them in Ghana. All right, if you want to watch this video, it's on my channel, and you can click on it, and it will lead you to their channel. And I kind of went through the channel. It's a really nice channel. And you guys can kind of see and follow them, what they're going through now, because they're like in a really messed up situation because of this. All right. And he's going to come on here and talk to us. I just told y'all the surprise. He's going to come on here and talk to us about what happened. All right. So hold on. Let me pull this video up.
I think has been hunky-dory. We are here on my land at the moment. I thought this would be a fitting place to do this footage specifically because this footage is about this land here today. And basically, I want to give you the rundown of our journey so far. Not everything has been hunky-dory. Everything has not been well. And that's due to a lot of factors, which I'm going to go into now. So let me backtrack it a little bit. So we bought land about a year, 2 years ago from a broker. We met him online. We watched it.
So when I heard this, when he said we bought land from a broker online, honey, you know I sat up on the bed. I said, oh God, no. I said, oh honey, that's your first mistake. But I said, okay, they didn't know. A lot of people didn't know. Okay. So I'm thinking, well, hopefully this man or woman or whoever he's dealing with, they're going to give him and his significant other the whole scoop on this land.
His story, his journey to Ghana, for him and his family. We saw that he was selling land. We saw other people had bought from him. He had testimonials and so on and so forth, which I never ever really pay attention to. So we had a consultation. And off the back of that consultation, we had decided to go ahead with him. Now, for those of you that don't know, Ghana was never our first choice. Our first choice was Gambia. And it was going to be Gambia because we were going to venture it in a business and work with one of my close friends and do a partnership and build something where we could have holiday homes and just rent it out, basically. And then things started changing in the UK and we said, oh, well, if they're not ready, then let's just see what we can try and do and what we can find out for the small budget we had. So we proceeded with the broker that we found online. Now, we paid him. We had a consultation. The consultation was all right.
Now, remember, the broker is Mr. Kiing. Okay? The broker is Mr. Kiing.
Impressions. My wife was really impressed, I think. I wouldn't say really impressed, but she was impressed by him. She loved his story. She followed him. She got me to watch his videos. I'm not really keen on following and watching people. That's just my stance on things. So through her, I was seeing his content and...
So that's important too. Because remember we said emotional marketing. Remember what we learned about that? So he said the wife really liked him. She was really impressed by his story, his personal story. So what is your personal story going to do for you? His personal story, not Ghana Bound. I think that's the name of his channel. Yeah, not Home with the Willises. Okay, I'm sorry. This is Home with the Willises. Ghana Bound is the other man. Oh, Lord, that's the other man. The second story. Okay, so hold on. Okay, now I'm getting the people mixed up. This is Home with the Willises. There's another one, y'all, that I found out also. So not this one. This one is not coming on here. It's the other one. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me get these people straight now. So this is Home with the Willises. This is the first video that I seen. All right.
Making my own decisions for myself. My wife really wanted it. We really
wanted
it.
Okay. I was telling you about emotion and marketing. So the wife really wanted it. The wife really liked it. The wife was following this guy. So I guarantee you that the wife felt some kind of emotional pull on her heartstrings when she was listening to this guy's story. Okay.
So they really wanted to be up and out. And it seemed like something that we knew was a gambit off the bat. But we were very open to the fact that, do you know what? This could be true. This could not. Sorry, I keep looking back because there's farmers just on the land. I'm just making sure they don't cut in front of the camera. But yes, we knew basically that it would be a gambit. Buying land abroad, let alone online from anybody, is not advisable.
Right.
Unless they are a registered company and you do your research and
I
your
wouldn't
due
even do it
diligence.
then.
Now, when you're buying abroad, your due diligence does not stop. Let me say that for one. That's the one point I'm going to give you. The due diligence does not stop. Just as you have the paperwork,
yeah,
the due diligence continues.
I wouldn't buy land from anybody online, period. I don't care who it is. Because you don't know what they're selling you. And that's the whole problem. That was one of the problems with these deals.
And it should be something that should be thought out at every stage of the way, every step of the way that you're doing. And in order to save yourself from certain heartaches is to have boots on the ground. When you come, you visit, wherever you want to buy, put something on your land and see who comes out, and see if anybody comes to lay claim to the land, if you can draw any family out. That's the whole point of putting stones and blocks and sand on a piece of land, is to draw anybody that lays claim to it to you, so you can discuss with them and settle with them if that is the case. Now
why would you want to put yourself in that situation? Now, let's think about that. That's why I'm telling y'all, be careful with this. We got to think logically. That's why I'm telling you, this is an emotional buy, because logically and rationally, you're not going to do that. Your logical and rational mind is not going to do that. It's not. It's just not. Now, remember, this was the wife's idea. This was the wife's idea. Remember? This was the wife saying, I want you to come here. I want to buy this land. She was the one leading him. And, you know, like most men, I want to make my wife happy. You know, my wife is invested. But he doesn't realize the power of emotional marketing. He does not. And he doesn't realize that this is all just a product being sold. You know, it's just all just a product being sold, and our emotions just happen to be part of the game. That's all it is.
For us, that was never ever supposed to be the case, because as according to the broker, this was a package deal, and the package deal was really what sold us, you know. Mm-hmm. It really spoke to our hearts. We love the vision, we love the idea, we still love the vision, we still love the idea, you know. It's just executed poorly. But yes, so the package we were told that we were getting was store land, litigation free, paperwork, indentures, and registration. So after consultation, we paid right out for an acre, and then a week later, my wife said, we have a big family. She really thinks we need another acre just because we want to live sustainably. She said we need another acre for farming because we're a growing family, you know, like we were one of 6 already. We're one of 6, you know, so we're not a small family, we're a big family. And then on top of that, we had Maya, sorry. She was born August the 4th. So that was a very interesting experience because I actually delivered her myself. Anyway, so the things that we were promised, we started to realize once we came here that they don't exist. You know, from abroad, from after we purchased, we were able to hire a contract.
So did you hear that? The things we were promised, we didn't get. Now, you know, if this was in the United States or the UK, where he's from, what would happen? The other guys from here, we're going to talk about, okay? What would they do? If you paid your money for something and you got there to the store and that's not what you paid for, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get all your money back. So that's the mindset we're going to thinking in, but that's not what happens in Africa. No, it is not.
So to do the build for our house. The house build was phenomenal. The contractor was, he was like everything we could imagine for. He kept in communication, you know, he kept us updated, like the money transfers. We never had no issues with the money transfers. When he said he'll do things, he did things, you know. He was really great, and I still stand by him today. Mm-hmm. So as far as we were concerned with the build, we had no issues. Nobody came to stop the build. Nobody came to lay claim to land. So we thought, yes, wicked, thumbs up. Before we started building, we also got our paperwork because we came to Ghana and we met with a broker. We saw the land. First impressions was, it's nice, it's vast, but there's nothing here. There's like no development. There's no roads. So for me, I was a bit skeptical because...
So that's the next problem. There's nothing there. It's in the middle of nowhere. Look around him, y'all. See, there's nothing there. They're selling them land in the mid. He's selling people land in the middle of nowhere, but he's not telling you it's in the middle of nowhere. That's a problem, people. That's a problem.
Because the broker was telling me that he was a developer, and from where I was standing, there was no development. However, I could see the potential. And according
so he said he was a developer. So he's thinking when he gets there, there's going to be some type of development, but he said there was no development.
WhatsApp group, there was many of us, so it's not just me alone, but this is just my story. So that alone gave me additional confidence that other people had confidence in this person too. So we started building, we built. A year later, the build was finished. Not completely. We still have the outside finishing touches to do, a little few finishing touches inside, but we built to a standard where we could exit the UK quickly and come. So we did just that. We exited, me and my wife and my 4 kids at the time. And
yeah, because he got little kids.
We moved in. We spent two weeks, maybe 3 weeks in an Airbnb in Amasaman, and then we were periodically doing trips to the land while I was just coming in and make sure that the electrics were working, the lights were working, the generator was working, the water was on, you know, the pump was working. So it was by no means a holiday or easy or anything like that. But we had no roadblocks in terms of building. Nobody came, nobody troubled us, nobody troubled the workers. I was even there for I think 8 weeks. I cut it down to 6 weeks because I got homesick.
Now, see, and I found that strange that these people had to see him building up this land. He said they were there for 6 weeks building on this land, and no one came. No one came. No one said anything.
I miss my kids and my wife. So I went home 2 weeks early, and we built remotely from abroad. And it was a phenomenal experience. It was something we never, ever envisioned that we could do, but we did it. We made it happen. Anyway, bounce forward to moving in now. So we've moved in. We're living on the land. Everybody's seeing us now. We're saying hello to people, making our presence known on the land, because we built on the first acre, but on the back of the first acre, which is still visible from the roadside, if any of you've seen the videos. And I think a couple of months, maybe August, I think after Kari was born. So it was after August the 4th, we got a visit. I was walking on the road, and I was talking to somebody who was viewing their land across the river behind me. And when I came back up, I spoke to somebody who told me that they were a chief down the road, and they own this land. And I said, oh, okay. I said, well, because I bought from this broker, I gave his name. He said, oh, I know the guy.
Now remember, he been building for over a year. They done moved into the house. The chief lived down the road. So you know, they had to know that he was building this house. So I'm kind of confused why they waited until the house was built, till they was living there, before they said something to him about it.
He said he hasn't settled us. He said, but we will talk. I said, okay, we will talk.
Same thing happened to Black Acres.
We continued working. There was no hostility or anything like that. It was a bit of a concern, but I wasn't too much concerned because I did have faith in the broker then that any issue that we had in terms of land would be resolved by him, because that's what we pay for. We pay for a complete package, and we expect a complete package. However, what we got was not a complete package. It wasn't even a package. It wasn't even barely a package. So what we found out is that we were led to believe that we were buying store land. This is not store land. This is family land. Family land was land that we did not want, because we'd done heavy research into family land and understood the implications of buying family land and how family land can always turn sour for both the family and the buyer. So we really did not want family land. We brought this to the broker, and he dismissed it. He said, oh no, the people are just trying it. Oh, I've met this chief, he's crooked. Oh,
remember the broker is Mr. Kiing.
Out of you. All the excuses under the sun. The family kept coming, and I said, me and Martha said, like, they can't keep coming if they don't actually have a claim to this land. Like, it'd be redundant. Like, if we send them away and they come back and we send them away, and they come back and we send them away, like, we just give up after a while. But they didn't. They were tenacious, and they said, nope, this is family land. And then a couple of days later, I had a visit from the chief and 3 of his brothers. All came to the house, and we had a conversation. There were some threats made. Things got a little bit heated, both between them and us, because obviously I'm standing here and I'm trying to defend my family. They're standing there trying to defend their family land, you know. So we're both at loggerheads, and the person who's meant to be in the middle rectifying this is nowhere to be seen. I think even when we came here, we didn't see him for a good 6 months. 5-6 months.
Oh, wow.
We saw him on the land for a good 5-6 months.
So he said when they came there, they didn't see Mr. Kiing for a good 5 to 6 months. Then when they were having this issue with the chief, he wasn't even there to help them defend themselves.
And then when we did see him, it was just past him to go, I think, just behind our land over there to do a little, I don't know, photo shoot with him and his wife. And then that was it. It's fun. So yeah, we didn't
they
really
came
see him
for a photo shoot.
So anyway, we were invited by the family to sit down and talk, and basically they wanted to talk settlement because they hadn't been settled. So obviously I was like, huh? You haven't been settled? Red flags, questions. Why haven't they been settled? Oh no, they've been settled. They've been settled. They're just trying to get more money out of you. Don't pay them. You know, don't interact with them.
So Mr. Kiing is telling them this. And y'all got to understand this. The broker is Mr. Kiing. Mr. Kiing from Life with the Kings. He's telling him, don't give the chief nothing. The chief has already been settled. The chief is lying, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to meeting with him, Mr. Kiing ain't nowhere to be found.
I just wouldn't even engage with them. Don't let them intimidate you. And it's like, it's not about intimidation. But yes, it's also about intimidation, I suppose, if we're being honest. Because I'm here by myself, my wife and kids. And it's my job as a provider to protect all of them and ensure our safety and our future here. So if people are coming to the house telling me about they're going to bulldoze the house down, they're going to come in the middle of the night and bulldoze the house, I'm like, oh, no, you're not. You know, these were the extents of the conversations we were having. So from then, it's already put me in a heightened state. You know?
Well, just imagine. Now, imagine. Like I tell the kids, visualize. Close your eyes and make a mental movie. Now, you see these people coming up to you, telling you, and this man got little bitty kids. He got little bitty kids telling you, you gonna stop. We want our land, and if you don't stop, we gonna bring a bulldozer here and bulldoze your house in the middle of the night. Now, just imagine that. Y'all know what I thought about when I heard that? I thought about back in the day when the KKK used to come with the horses and the torches and burn your house down in the middle of the night. When they said that, that's what I thought about. Now, just imagine how much fear this man has in his heart, but he got to be strong because it's his family. He got to defend his baby girls and his wife and his son. But where's the broker, Mr. Kiing, who brought him to Ghana? Nowhere to be found.
Of defense mode is the best way I can put it. So it was defense. So when we talk, it'd be heated. We'd listen, but it would be heated. It would listen. It'd always be amicable, but it'd be very, very heated because I have something to defend. They have something to defend, and the person that is in the middle of the conflict is not here.
Nowhere to be found.
And I tried to get the person here. They didn't come. We arranged to meet and sit down with the family. They didn't come. He finally came, sent his representative for me to sit down in the meeting with the family, which in a cultural meeting is you sit down and you be quiet and you listen. But the issue is that I had no translator, so I didn't understand what anybody was saying. The person who was representing the broker, his business partner, spoke fluent Tree, but didn't translate fluent Tree to me. So I understood nothing of what they said in the conversation. We came back to the land, and the family showed us on this side, my acre at the front, the acre at the back, all the way down to the river they own. The acre across, all the way down to the river they own, all the way back up to the roadside they own. And then they own across the road, both sides go straight up. So they own in total 18 acres, I was told. So I was like, okay, so they do have legitimate claim. And Kwame and the representative said, yes, they have legitimate claim. I said, okay, cool. He said, oh, don't worry, everything will be fine. You just paid them something small. They gave me a 5-figure sum. They gave me a sum to pay. And I said, no. I said, well, I don't know what.
So the representative just told him to solve this problem, just pay him something small. But he says the family gave him something big. They gave him a big price to pay.
And two, I don't understand what actually happened in the meeting. You know, it's very hard for somebody who doesn't understand tree to sit in a meeting where you have a sub chief in there, and you have 8 family members, and then a representative from the broker that you bought, who didn't explain anything, didn't explain the outcome. All I knew was that we couldn't build, we couldn't proceed, we couldn't continue until they told us to, until we settle and they can go, basically. And that was found out after the fact. So when they asked me to pay a little something, give the family a little something, I was like, no, because how do I know that little something won't turn into a big something, and then the big something turn into another big something, and it spiral out of control? No, I need it to be finished and need to be as it's agreed. Like, I'm paying this amount for land because I'm expecting everything to be settled. You told me it's litigation-free land. Why am I sitting here in the middle of litigation? So now my emotions are heightened, and I'm distrusting everybody around me now. I'm distrusting guardians, and I'm distrusting my own, you know? So everything is heightened, everything is elevated, stress, anxiety, fear that we're going to be homeless. And ironically, unknowingly, I don't know. The brokers put us in the same position that they were previously in with their family. They found themselves homeless at one point in time, and they were looking on the kindness of strangers to help them out, which Ghanaians helped them out. So for me, it was phenomenal that.
Now, did y'all hear that? That part blew my mind. He said this happened to Mr. Kiing when he got there. And Mr. Kiing is going to tell you in one of these videos I'm going to show you, this did happen to him. The very same thing. But he was homeless because of it. Him and his family. So they had to go stay with other Ghanaians and live off of them, not live off of them, but live off of their kindness until they could get their business back, till they could find, some more land or whatever. So this happened to him, and now he's doing this to other people. That's horrible. So he knows what it feels like.
They'd sit back and be so nonchalant and cavalier about, oh, don't worry, it's okay. Oh, if I were you, I just wouldn't talk to them. Like that's not a resolution. Not talking, not having dialogue is not a resolution. If I don't have dialogue, then that causes bad blood. It also shows disrespect on a cultural level, that I have no regard for you and who you say you are and who you claim to be, even though you're the only people that have been persistent coming to my land back and forth. Nobody else, just that one same family. And then I find out later on that the broker, bought land off of a chief, which he done another settlement further down. And this is actually the chief's land. Well, I say the chief's land, it's the chief's family's land, which the chief does not have jurisdiction over family land. The chief only has jurisdiction over stool land, is what I'm led to believe. So this time I was like, but what about my paperwork? So my paperwork, I've got my indenture.
So he's found out that the broker did buy family land from the chief, and the chief has no right to sell the family land. So now they're dividing the family land up and selling this land that they have no right to sell.
It looks legitimate. It looks like everything I've researched.
I'm not saying this. This man is saying this. Mr. Kiing and family and crew.
Showed it to people like, yeah, this is correct. This is correct. This is correct. You're free. Even my contractor looked at it. He said, yep. You're free. And then things start unraveling at a later date. And we now are in a position where we understand that, one, the indentures provided by the broker are fraudulent. If they're wrong, they're fraudulent, right? So it turns out the person whose name was on it isn't the person who owns the land. It's his business partner, which we knew, but we thought they'd already bought the land and they'd registered it themselves, and then they're selling it on. So that's where we were duped, is because they were given the land to buy. So they bought the land with the money that we've invested, but they hadn't registered the land. Otherwise, the land would have now come up in, let's say, I don't know, Judah developments, let's say. And when you do your land search, you'll come up the Elohim developments or whatever. That name will come up when you do a site search for your land, and then you can say, okay, cool.
So what he's saying is he gave him the money to buy the land, right? If he really bought this land, when you search in Ghana has an online database where you can search land. It would come up like that Mr. Kiing's company owns this land. But he said that's not what was coming up.
Verified now that the person actually selling me the land owns the land. So that wasn't done. So to me, that's fraud. Like, agree.
Yeah, that is fraud.
Couldn't care less. It's fraud. Fraud is fraud. So you've given us fraudulent papers, and we've only found it out recently. And when I say recently, I mean November, December. Recently.
Oh wow! Last month.
Anyway,
couple weeks ago.
I'm sure people
couple days ago
weren't expecting this type of video today. So yes, so we arranged to meet the family, and obviously they've had a conversation. They've said pay. I've said no. I said, I've already paid you X amount. This is supposed to cover everything. This is supposed to cover everything. Oh no, but if you don't want to pay, then don't pay. And that was the attitude. If you don't want to pay, don't pay. It's like, it's not that I don't want to pay. It's just that I don't want to pay again, because now who's pocketing money, Anyway, so we met again with the family, had another meeting with the family because we continued building, and they told us to stop very forcefully. So we weren't allowed to continue. We haven't been allowed to continue for a little while until we've had this resolved. Just to avoid litigation and ill will and bad feelings between us and the family. So we've respected their terms. We've sat down. We had got an official letter from the head of the family to say they want to sit down and meet. I then contacted the broker and the representative to see if one of them can come to attend the meeting and we can sort this out, and the broker or the representative can settle them. Now, I was told by the representative that this should have already been settled. This is something he was fighting for, but it's not. So for us, we weren't settled. I can't speak for anybody else. You know, you'll find out whether you're settled or not when you come, if the land is still there. You know, because I sat down with the culture chief and he said, like, nobody else is coming on this piece of land right now. This family.
So nobody else is coming on that family land. So if people bought land from Mr. Kiing from this area, they're not getting it. That's what he's telling this gentleman right here.
Land. So I don't think, unless they're going to buy it from the family directly, that's just what I've been told. So yeah. So sorry, this is a bit hard.
Yeah, I
So
bet.
yes. So got invited by the head of the family to come and sit down and have a meeting. Very last minute, so I was trying to scramble, get a representative, get the broker himself to actually come. And the previous meeting, the broker did actually meet with the family. Let me correct that. But he met after. He met with the chief, not the family, the chief by himself. He came and he went. They sat down. They had a meeting. They had a good old chat. Nobody was invited. No feedback was given.
So you don't know what he said.
Just he wants you to call them. And I called him. I said, okay, cool. He said, it's sorted. It's fine. Everything's good. You're good to build and so on and so forth. It's sorted. He just wants you to call him. I called him. Yeah, pay us something.
See?
I'm like, huh? Like, no, it's not sorted because I'm not paying nobody nothing. I've paid you my money. You pay them. Oh, no, but I've already paid some other person for this land, which we now find out is the wrong person, you know, allegedly. So it's been a very tumultuous.
So Mr. Kiing is saying, well, I already paid somebody and I paid the wrong person. So now you got to settle with the chief, because I'm not paying anybody else.
This terrain right now. So in the end, I ended up going to sit down with the family myself. I brought my interpreter. I brought an interpreter myself, and I brought somebody else who I trusted to come and sit down as my representatives. One to translate for me, so I understood everything that was going on. We sat down. We had a family meeting. The whole family wasn't there, but we sat down. We had a family meeting with the head of the family, and we explained the situation. We explained what happened, that we paid the broker. I've tried to get the broker to come several times, and he hasn't come himself personally. We've explained that his his business partner came, but only came once. I did inform him. I did share the numbers. I said I did invite him to come, but he hasn't turned up, which leads me to believe that, you know what, my thoughts in the first place were true, that we literally left to our own devices. It's like, thank you for the money, F you, bye-bye, you know? So,
y'all hear that? Thank you for the money, F you, bye-bye. He's talking about the broker is Mr. Kiing, Lyfe with the Kings, but now he calls himself the Kings.
We sat down, we had the meeting, we begged, we pleaded, we argued our case. I argued my case for myself and my family. I said, listen, we told them exactly what happened. We told them exactly who we bought off of. We told them what the situation was, and they took consideration on us, you know. So in the end, we were able to actually come to a conclusion with the family right now. So I'm just thankful to the Most High that this was something that.
Okay, so we're going to stop it there. So look, what happened? He came to a conclusion with the family, and they're going to work something out. But the broker never paid anything. So, okay, let's read this comment. This is what I was telling y'all. He says, thank you for your comments. A lot of people accusing me of protecting the person who sold me the land. I have mentioned that I have brought the land from Lyfe with the Kings in several of my videos. However, I will mention that again. So he tells you there it was Lyfe with the Kings, okay? So is this the one where she says, yeah. So this lady says, no, this isn't the one. But there was another comment on here. This is the truth I have made. I have had to walk away from. Okay, now here go another one, y'all. Look, Choose Life says, this is the truth that needs to be shared. I had to walk away from my land, 2,000 pounds down the drain, and Daniel Kiing, his wife, and associates have done wickedness. But I pray every evil deed will be revealed and victims be restored. Some people's coordinates didn't even match the indentures. Let me read that again. Some people's coordinates didn't even match the indentures. So what they told you on the what in the letter, whatever they gave you that said it was your land, it wasn't. It didn't even match what you had on your papers. Some literally in different areas or country. Lord, no. So, yes, I accept your apology. Keep growing in faith in Yah. Please stay transparent. I believe this is the will of our Heavenly Father, Yah, for his chosen ones to learn from and prepare. Shalom, Kalisha. Wow, I'm sorry, Miss Kalisha. This is horrible, y'all. Now look at this person. They said 2,000 pounds for what? What percentage of the profit are they working on? And when did you buy the land? No way in HE double hockey sticks did land situated where the Kings were was 2,000 pounds. Now I know they are living it up in Accra. This Nana lady is saying there's no way where they were selling these people the land, there's no way that land was worth 2,000 pounds because that's over $2,000. Yeah. So she's saying no wonder they living it up in Accra now. Now this person said, wow, I saw him bringing a bunch of Londoners in something to buy up all that land. And I said to myself, I literally was even going to buy from him, but my intuition never fails me. Her intuition told her not to. Y'all, this is crazy. She said she had a bus full of Londoners taking them out to this land, to this village. Shuhum, I guess that's how you say it. Shuhum. I can't believe what I'm seeing. To begin with, it should be understood that there is no such thing as a land purchase, as a sale, or a free land title for non-citizens or foreigners in Ghana. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, bonus. Thank you. I've been trying to tell people that, but they don't believe me. The same is true for most West Africa. It sure is in East Africa. You will never own that land. All that land is family land. So please stop with this. Stop with it. You'll never own it. It's ancestral land. How can you own ancestral land? It goes back. Family after. You can't. You just can't, okay? He said the same is true for, okay, what is usually available for long-term leaseholds for 50 years, for most part, can offer for sale is subject to lease. But being present and hyped up for someone to take that bait, to take the bait. Okay, so he's just talking about the land. All right, so it looks like this person is doing this. Oh, here go another one, y'all. Here go another one. I feel your pain and experience. We just left Ghana after visiting the land we purchased long distance from Canada. Lord, you're correct. All the experiences we've had, we're now using as cautions moving forward. We're wishing you success. Wow. She's telling them to make sure, this person says they're praying for her, and to make sure her indenture land survey document corresponds with the land commission, what the land commission has. And check and make sure the owner is in your corner. Oh, this is really bad. Okay.
Oh my gosh, where is everybody else?
So
Bro, what's going on?
This is what got me started on this one video right here. All right, I didn't even see those comments to now. I'm sorry. I've been too busy trying to figure out what's going on with this situation. And again, this only came to me, what, maybe the other night? Yeah, the other night. So I didn't see the comments. Now that I'm seeing these comments, this is crazy. This is insane. If this is true, this is insane. That this person, that this Mr. Kiing from Lyfe with the Kings, Mr. Daniel Kiing, this is horrible. If he is indeed doing what these people are accusing him of. And again, it is not Kiki Loves Nigeria who's accusing this man of anything. I am responding to these people's comments and their videos. That's what I'm doing. All right, now let me go and get y'all comments and see what y'all saying. Because this is blowing my mind. I can't even believe it. Wow. That was unbelievable. So this dude is just doing this. So they're saying, did you use a lawyer? What research exactly did you do? Okay. Let's read this one. I was in the King's Telegram group. They have a Telegram group over 2 years ago and almost brought land from them. The chief offered to land. Daniel Kiing was the spokesperson. So they were in like a partnership together. Would you say that? So it sounds like it was a partnership. That's what it sounded like to me, that they were doing this together. They planned this together because there's no way he could be doing this without someone there. Excuse me. Beautiful, but that's about it. Maybe great film if you got your own generator. Film set. No, I couldn't live out there. Y'all go to this man's channel, Hung with the Willises, and the other person is Ghana bound. And go look at this land. That's the same thing Juliet does. Land in the middle of nowhere. This was in the middle of nowhere. They don't even know it till they get there. And remember they said with Shakina, same thing. They would go there and the land wouldn't even be the coordinates that they had on the paper. I don't understand when people say do research. It means nothing. More details are needed. Yeah, they don't understand. They don't know what that means. When you do research, you answer the 5 W's and the H. Who, what, when, where, how, and why. Remember that, okay? That's how you do research. Okay. All right, y'all. So why no lawyer? A broker is a salesperson. Exactly. He got a package, all right, a package of lies. Exactly. Broker broke her. Exactly, Lady London. The Kings had an online meeting via YouTube. Wow. Look at this, y'all. Dude was doing the thing, wasn't he? Look at this. Wow, Mr. Kiing, you was really making the money, wasn't you? The Kings held an online meeting via YouTube. A reference to sale of land and in different phases. Many joined it. May still be on YouTube. The Kings were in a number of interviews too. All right, we're going to look that up. I found them in some interviews because on his channel, when I went through it, it looked like he had removed some videos. I do too, Lisa. I feel so bad for this gentleman and his family. It's just not right. Oh, it's another man too, honey. Hold on, he ain't the only one. These are the only 2 that I found their videos. If he can prove back in UK that he paid Mr. Kiing, he can. He got everything. He can sue Mr. Kiing in a UK court of law. Hey, I do. You can sue him in a court of law in the UK. All right, because both of y'all from the UK. All right. So when you get back home, go to the court. All right. You might need to get a lawyer. It depends on how much it is, okay? He can have a lawyer look at the documentation and other. So please do that, Mr. Willis. I guess that's your last name. Mr. Willis, please make sure you do that. And Mr. Ghana, I'm about to show yours. You do the same thing. Well, you from here, that's going to make it harder because I don't know how that would work. But I know when you get a ruling in a U.S. court, they will honor that in the U.K. court. I know that. A lawsuit will be a legal start. Yes. So, Mr. Ghana, same goes for you. You need to see a lawyer. I don't know if you're still in Ghana, but you need to see if you can sue him in the States and get that money, honey. Get your money back. Sorry, but he needs to get off YouTube and call a UK lawyer. Well, they need to leave. Well, that's easy for me to say. I ain't going to say that no more. A package of lies. He looks, Lady London says, it looks legitimate according to his research. LOL. Research, he didn't read the document. See, they don't know. They don't know what looks legitimate, what legit is supposed to look like. Only now it's Lady London on fire, y'all. Let's look at her. She on fire tonight, y'all. She is heated about this, man. He only found out since he did read he only found out since he did real research. The research, Lisa said, should have come first. Haste makes waste. Research before, just the wrong type of research. The family can finish the house and move in. Broker is a liar. Remember, the broker is Mr. Kiing, y'all. He wants money. Yeah, he wanted money. Sure did. Lie, lie, lie. Mr. Kiing is lying. Yo, I'm trying to be serious, okay? She said Mr. Kiing is the Lion King. The Lion King. Please forgive me for laughing, but that was funny. Because he's the Lion King. She right, honey. He is the Lion King. Oh, my God. What's the definition requirements to be a broker? I think you need a license to do that. No, here you do. When I first spoke to the Kings, they were new to Ghana, living in a tent and building. Now they're brokers. Yeah, I'm about to show y'all that. He even looks different. He had surgery. He had a keloid on his ear. And I think he's had that since removed. It was one on both ears. Actually, it was a pretty nice size one. That's been removed. Fearless. Hey, y'all, how y'all doing? They said they still on YouTube trying to sell land. Honey, we're going to find out. I wrote them and asked them, was it true? But y'all know they don't respond to my comments. So he went direct to the family, the chief. Now he needs to sue the Lion King in a UK court. Small claims. It's easy. Yes. She's right. She's absolutely right. You reap what you sow. Yep. Yeah. Yep. So now, fraudulent indentures. Yep, Miss Tammy. Lisa says, yes. Someone's building. Hold on, y'all. Someone's building up karmic debt. Oh, especially about African land, causing trouble with the locals. The people from the UK, London, is watching you. Yeah. Took a bunch of Londoners there. They believe in him. And look what happened. The King's out here preaching the word of the Most High. And here they are, the biggest phony AS scammers out here. The main ones preaching about God are the ones you cannot trust, JJ says. And far too often that is the truth. The Lion King. I'm sorry, Lady London, please. Please calm down. Oh my, things you don't know. No, honey, this is crazy. Oh, this is crazy. Jennifer Douglas, you dodged the bullets. Nice one. Yeah, big up yourself. I can't live in the middle of no, I can't either. No electricity, no plumbing, no roads. He said, and I went past that part. I don't know if we heard that part. But he said, I don't even know if it was in this video. It take him 30 minutes to get to the junction. Now, you know where the junction is. The junction is where you get to the main road, where you get the taxis and all that. It take him 30 minutes walk to get there. 20 minutes, I think, to get to the hospital. The Kings had an overnight success, and I knew it was scammy. How did you know, Tammy? Because he got the gang, girl. He got that gang. He can talk that talk. Go after him. Get him, Kiki. Let's get it ready, get it ready, get it ready. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. She says, let's get ready for the Rumble. What's up, Charlie? I was wondering why they ran their dusty butts back to the UK. There was something always about Daniel that didn't sit right with me in my spirit. I don't know if they are back in Africa or not. Well, wait till y'all see this interview I'm about to show y'all. But before we do that, the Lion King. I want to show y'all another video. Because after I saw this one, I started looking. Then I'm like, well, wait a minute. I'm telling my sister, have you heard anything about these Life with the Kings? But did I tell y'all? Somebody came on here when we was doing a live. And they said, Kiki, I got to put my glasses back on. These lights is making it blurry. They said, Kiki, Life with the Kings are land scamming people. And I was like, Life with the Kings? Who are Life with the Kings? I don't know Life with the Kings. And I said, well, let me look it up. I looked it up, but it was too much. You know what I mean? It was like too much information right there. I couldn't really focus on it at that time because I was busy on another story. And, I was busy working and all that. So I really couldn't focus on there. So guess what? It came back around to me. That whole situation came back around to me when we started talking about the Gambia repats. Next morning, this dude's video showed up. Now, let me show you who else right after that. The next day, I'm still sitting in my bedroom. Y'all know I watch YouTube. I'm a faithful YouTube watcher, right? So I'm at home watching YouTube.
What is going on?
And I go back, all right? And I say,
they're working us. This is a game.
Okay, this is going to be
I'm sitting there in my room watching YouTube. Then this dude's video pop up. And I'm like, wait a minute. Does this say why I'm not? I'm looking at it. I'm halfway asleep. And I'm like, does this say why I'm not choosing to build in Ghana? And I'm thinking not. Because I'm half asleep. And then I saw Life with the Kings. And then I'm like, wait a minute. At Life with the Kings, I said, oh, yeah, this is another one. But see, this is how it works. God will bring you stuff. You don't have to go out there. I told y'all, I don't go out there looking for this and looking for that. No, it comes to me. Both of these stories came to me. And this gentleman actually contacted me. This is Ghana bound, okay? And he's going to come on and talk to us about his situation. All right, not this. When we finish, you know how we present the information. After we present all the information, he's going to come on and talk to us about it. And then he'll answer your questions. All right.
we talk about why we decided not to build as of yet here in Ghana. And I'm trying to go through this as quick as possible, but you know, when it comes to land and housing here, if you don't know too much about that that field there, it's easy to get dragged in and not understand all the stuff that comes behind, like whether you're leasing it or owning it, everything that comes behind that. And if it's not an infrastructure that's has a checks and balances system, sometimes you could get like lost in the loop, because a lot of people out here selling fake land, all this kind of different stuff. But we didn't run into that, but we ran into some other issues. Hindered the process of a lot of stuff starting. So I'm gonna get started now, all right? So we purchased land here over like a year and a half ago. We showed the whole process from when we left America to get here, and we had everything kind of set up, through this guy we used to watch on YouTube, and everything was pretty legit. When you got there, when everything.
Okay. This is the guy he used to watch on YouTube, Mr. Kiing.
Started pretty legit. We ended up sending them the money for the land, which I was as close to like $4,000, and that's for that.
He said $4,000. What?
The acre in Yehuda, and we also ended up buying another almost 2 plots right down the street from our apartment. So
hold on. Y'all know Miss. Look, I'm about to call my teacher name. Y'all know Kiki love them receipts. So let me look at this. February 15th, February 17th. This is a lot of money to be getting in Africa like that. Yeah, this is the receipt. He paid him all that money. Payment paid. Okay, we see it go, but we don't see.
Oh my God!
He doesn't see who it go to. That's the thing.
It's right down the street from my apartment. So yeah, like this way I am now. We own that piece of land there. But
so look at this. Okay.
Is where a lot of stuff is going down at where where the actual house building is supposed to be. And yeah, I'm not doing this video to like bash anybody. The parties involved, we know what's going on, and we know what's being done to try to correct the situation. But I'm doing this video more so for we show our whole experience here, and it's a lot of people interested, and we don't know when people are coming or whatever. But just to show you guys, before you spend your money, whether you send it from America, from the UK, from the West, over here for land, make sure you kind of understand how stuff works here, when it comes to owning land, leasing land. So I'm explaining some of that to you right now. Like before you get here, understand that, you're moving to a country that the system is getting better, but it's nowhere near as, like the United States, when, it's the checks and balances and that kind of stuff. So that would kind of messes up a lot of stuff here sometimes, because when you have no checks and balances,
Okay, checks and balances, what he's talking about is like we just said, Lady London was saying, take him to court. When you get back, Mr. Willis, you can go. You can't do that here. If you if you sell me something and then I get there and it's not what you said it was, I can get my money back. That's fraud. That's a check and balance. That's to check you to make sure that you do what you're supposed to do. That's called a check and a balance. If you don't do it, I'm going to balance it by taking the money from you. Our court system will balance it. You see, these countries they're getting to those points, but it takes resources. These are developing nations. That's civil stuff. Okay? They're still trying to get the criminal stuff, the economy, the roads, the basics.
You got people's like word of mouth. So somebody could tell you I could do this, or I sell you this land, I do this for you. And you won't find out till like you well into this process that you can find out that land is already owned. I found out that this land could go back 5 people, including me. So if somebody comes back between those 5 people and say he wasn't supposed to sell that land, this was my land, you got to give your land up. And I mean I didn't know it was that cutthroat and that that way. That's
5 people. 5 times somebody can come to you and say, this is my land. Have y'all heard that before? Because I sure haven't. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. But where's Mr. Kiing now? Oh, but I'm going to show y'all who this Mr. Kiing is.
Man here sometime, but if you find a good little system, it's a good little circle of people that you're working with, like this land we own now, we pretty much could do what we want over here.
So he bought some more land, y'all.
We did this ourselves, just by being in the village, meeting people. So we actually got with the ex-chief who actually sold us this piece of land here, did our paperwork
Look
with
at
him.
this little boy.
Because that piece of land that we purchased before we left America, you can't even access that land without them building a bridge. And they were supposed to build a little makeshift bridge for, it's been over. It was before we got here. We've been here over a year and a half.
Yes.
You know,
Thank you.
so, you know, and something like that, when you selling all this land,
His wife.
and land, something like that should be priority
I think it's his wife, his son, and his daughter.
for people who actually want to
This
come
is a family too that went over there.
and start doing what they need to do. But that was my first red flag, you know, just it don't take that long, bro. Especially
No.
when people buying up, you selling 40 acres, 50 acres. You know, we pay $4,000. Think about by the time a year and a half how that land has elevated in price. People still buying. That should be your main focus there. Let's get this bridge together. But now we're in
But did he say there was a bridge supposed to be to his land and they never built the bridge? Is that what he said?
how that land has elevated in price. People still buying. It don't take that long, bro. Especially when people buying up a
Wait.
little makeshift bridge for it's been over. It was before we got here. We've been here over
Yeah, I was
a
looking
piece
at
of land
the
that we
boy.
purchased
Hold
before
on, let
we
me go back.
could do what we want over here. But we did this ourselves just by being in the village, meeting people. So we actually got with the ex-chief who actually sold us this piece of land here, did our paperwork with him. Because that piece of land that we purchased before we left America, you can't even access that land without them.
He said, Mr. Gonnabound said, that land that they purchased from Mr. Kiing before they left America, we can't even access that piece of land. You got to be joking me. You got to be kidding me. This cannot be real. This cannot be real. This cannot be real. And he said he's selling 40, 50 acres at $4,000, $2,000. Pounds is worth way more than dollars. Not way more, but they're worth more than dollars. This is unbelievable. How did we let this man get away with this? How come nobody sounded the alarm? These two men cannot be the only two men affected by this. Not if he's selling 40 and 50 acres. How come nobody said anything? I'm right back to that. Nobody said nothing. Foolish
building a
pride.
bridge, and they were supposed to build a little makeshift bridge for it's been over. It was before we got here. We've been here over a year and a half.
Yes.
So they're supposed to build a bridge. The land is so bad, Lord, that they got to build a bridge to cross to get access to the land. And they haven't even built the bridge yet. And they have been there over a year and a half. I went on Mr. King's page. I asked him about these scamming allegations. I never got a response. I don't know whether he deleted the comment. The first comment was deleted. So you know me, I went back on there and I made another comment. I don't know whether that comment was deleted, but I sure didn't get a response. So Mr. Kiing, you or your representative are more than welcome to come on this show and tell your side of the story. Because right now, to our community, you looking like a scammer. You looking like the Lion King. That's what you looking like. Lord.
Thank you.
So, and something like that, when you selling all this land, something like that should be priority.
Thank
People
you.
actually want to come and start
Thank
doing what
you.
they need to do. But that was my first red flag, just it don't take that long, bro.
No,
Because when people
he said something like, you selling all this land, people coming over here, you fixing up that land and having access to that land should be priority. People shouldn't come over there and not be able to access their land after they done gave you their money. Y'all know there's no way that this would happen. This would not happen. You have, Jesus, let me calm down. Y'all, we got to think logically. The logical thing is when you get back here, Mr. Gonnabound, contact a lawyer, contact the courts, okay? When you go to Mr. Willis, when you get to the UK, you can go back to your court system. I'm pretty sure, Mr. Gonnabound, that the UK will honor a judgment here in the United States because those are like sister countries, okay? The UK and the United States. So I'm pretty sure they'll acknowledge that. If you win, which you will win the judgment against this man. Because you got to hit these type of people in their pockets. That's where you got to hit them at, in their pockets.
Buying up, you selling 40 acres, 50 acres. We pay $4,000. Think about by the time a year and a half how that land has elevated in price. People still buying. That should be your main focus there. Let's get this bridge together. But now we're in the middle of they got the actual chief of that land, these different lands, working on certain stuff behind the scenes, trying to get everything.
They're working out the mistakes, trying to make sure all of the people who pay. Yes, this man has been in contact with me. Mr. Ghanabound has been in contact with me. And that's what he said. There's a lady who's working with them that's trying to help them get this all worked out.
They fixed, because I don't know if it was fixed or not. I mean, I went to, where all these people that bought all this land to get it where, they could get ready to move. He's
not paying any more money towards that project with the first project, which is with Mr. Kiing. And he said he's going to wait till the land issue is all cleared up. Now, how sad is that? He's just going to abandon it.
Because a lot of these people, they ready to get on out here. Some of them are already in the ground. They just got to get the stuff straight to their land first before they can start anything. And what I think is jacked up in that situation is, you can't create something like this and then just back out like, I have nothing to do with this. You know what I'm saying? Because, people giving, big money to chase a vision, to chase a dream.
So he's saying that Mr. Kiing should not just back out like this, like he don't have no responsibility or no accountability when people are giving up money. Money is hard to come by in the West, okay? But people have given up money so they could live this dream. And this man needs to be accountable.
Just to get out of, them shackles of just having to work every day and do crazy stuff. And some people give their last.
Yeah,
and I was blessed to just, I get my military disability every month. So think about the people who now, because of that land, they just living off their savings. When that savings was supposed to be the money to help build their house. So, now that's, what if that's going to run out? So the people that's in charge of this stuff, y'all need to think about that before you put your hands in this kind of business here. Because, like I say, I understand. But you also got to understand the infrastructure of Ghana is not the infrastructure of America. So you have to know more than just selling, doing stuff. You got to know how to put out fires when fires happen.
Mm-hmm.
If you just know about the selling, but you don't know about when stuff goes wrong, how to handle it, that's where, it's a little crazy to me, right? And then you have everybody pointing the finger at everybody. Now people don't know what's going on, what happened. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, people out of a lot of freaking money. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
A lot of freaking money. So you can either choose to, like I say, enjoy the peace here. Like I said, I won't trade this for the world, but I ain't never set out a job a year and a half and still was able to take care of what I need to take care of, do what I want to do, move like I want to move. I have never been able to do that.
Remember what he said. He has a retired military check. So he's saying his retired military check, he can go over there and he ain't got to work. But if he over here, he got to supplement that retired military check because it ain't enough money.
So I kind of look at this a little different, but I do understand the people that put that last bit of money into this and was hoping to get out that system. And then something like this happens and the person that's...
like Super Shorty's grandma. She's dealing with, that's money. That's savings money. She don't have no retirement like this. She don't have no month to month coming in. She just had that lump sum she brought. So again, remember, what if the 5 people show up on her land? How does she know she got the right papers? If this was done to 100 people that we know of, what about the people we don't know about? We don't know how many people was in those groups. We don't know how many people was on YouTube. We don't know. There's no way to even come up with a total. I just don't understand how come nobody stood up. How come I told y'all, if y'all don't want to stand up, y'all can write me and I'll stand up. I'll say it. Long as you got some receipts, I'll say it for you. And nobody will know you ever said it. But this Dante's Inferno says that the hottest place in hell is reserved for people who see wrong and sit around and do nothing.
I got 3 trophies.
Who sit around and do nothing.
In charge of all this kind of just turns his head and says, talk to the chief. So, bro, I get it, hey, but you just got to stay focused, man. I mean, stay focused, man. Storms come, storms go. So let's wait for the storm to pass over. And God bless anybody in that situation that, doesn't have that cushion like some of us, just dealing with this on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, so the old moral of the story is, man, this YouTube stuff is good, man. And, a lot of these people seem like, they really who they are on that camera, man. But you never know who you're dealing with and what entities you're dealing with.
And on that note, we're going to stop right there. He said, on these YouTube, you don't really know who you're dealing with.
We got a 6-man.
People come to you and they pretend to be one way, but they're really somebody else. They come to you looking all different, but they past is crazy. They come to you looking all sane, but they just done been through the roller coaster ride of their life. Because on YouTube, you can pretend to be anything. You can play anything you want to play on YouTube. I play an investigative reporter on YouTube. I've always wanted to be an investigative reporter. And that's what I play on YouTube. But if you did a background check on me, you would know, oh, wait a minute. So she do research for real. Oh, that's why she loved research. Oh, that's what she did at the university. She did research. Yes. So she loves it. Yes. Oh, she has experience with that. Yes. Yes. So I really know what I'm doing. And my background will tell you that I'm who I say I am on YouTube. I'm not this made up person, but a lot of people make up who they want to be, and they just become that on YouTube. So let's start with that. Now, who is Mr. Daniel Kiing? Do you people know? Does anybody on here know anything about this man or his wife, the Lion King? Does anybody know anything about the Lion King? Lisa said, yes, she saw his keloids. Tell me what y'all know about this man. I really detest those that profess God but follow the devil. But God warned us about those people. He said it's their works. They will know the word and they'll appear like they know they love God and they're all for God. But their works will reveal who they really are. Trailers for sale or rent, rooms for let, 50 cents, no phone, no food, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes. King of the Road, remember that song? Oh my God. I told y'all, London Lady is on fire tonight. She is on fire tonight. King of the Road. She is on fire tonight, y'all. JJ says, sorry, but I would never buy land in Africa. I'd rather buy a house with land already attached to it. It's on the property, the house that I purchased in another country, not Africa. Nice job, JJ. London Lady says, life with the kings, with ellipse, lies with the kings. God. Tammy says, I was following them from the beginning when they had to go back to the UK to handle legal issues with the bank because their funds, their friend's account, what? They froze his accounts. I knew he was doing something dirty. Oh, they froze his accounts. I wonder why. Why did they freeze his accounts? So now we have to worry about the expats too. Oh yeah, but JJ, you got to really worry about them. They the main ones. Heck, we know what the locals are doing, but now we have to worry about the expats. Yeah, we do. $4,000 or 4,000 pounds is good for a small claims court in the UK. Yep, I think it is. I don't know if it might be 3,000 here, but you can get that back. And I don't know if you can file more than one case. You know what I mean? Because if it's like 4,000, like if it's 3 pieces of land, I don't know if you can do 3 cases. Okay. All right. So look, y'all. Thank you for watching, Miss Zora. So we're going to get to here because we got a lot and we can't be on here long. It's a weekday. Even though school is out, people got to work. So look, we looked at that one. Now I want to show y'all something. This is people, you have to, God warns us that we have to be careful about people. People will claim that they're his messengers, but they really won't be his messengers. They'll come with their own message, but they'll say it's God. They'll pretend it's God. They'll act like it's God. It'll sound like it's God. But how you know it's not God is their works. All right. Now, this video was way back in 2020. Okay. This was 5 years ago. This was before the YouTube thing. This was before the Kiings and all of that. This was for the expatting. Now let's see what this man is talking about here. We're not going to watch this whole thing because it make your head spin around if you listen to it too long, okay? So we're going to listen to it for a minute because I want you to understand the type of person that you're dealing with. You're dealing with somebody who's a wordsmith. You know what those people do? They can take words and they can twist them around and they make them mean what they want them to mean. He knows a lot of words. He knows a lot of words. Well, that's what a wordsmith means. They know a lot of words. A manipulator takes them and twists them around to make them mean what they want to mean. I just didn't want to say that, but that's a manipulator. But anyway, let's go on. Check this out. This is to this dude really.
Reason, I suggest you listen and pay.
Now, remember what I told you about emotional marketing. Listen to the music he's playing. Listen to the sound of his voice. Listen to the words that he's saying. And remember, Mr. Willis's wife was drawn to him.
Attention. My name is Daniel Kiing, and I want to share with you what our Father, the creator of the universe, Yahuwah, has revealed to me. Receive this message with an open heart and mind.
There you go.
Ignorance will no longer be accepted as a valid excuse. Your salvation is at stake. This may go against everything you have been taught, or maybe knowledge you are already aware of. Either way, please take heed. I am only the messenger, and how it was revealed to me is how I now reveal it to you.
So, he telling you he a messenger from God, the Most High God. He calling him the Most High. I guess he talking about our God, the God. I don't know what God. He's saying the Most High, but he using the Bible. And he's saying Yahweh. Okay. So this is the message he's saying that he's gotten. So I'm listening to this, trying to figure out what this dude is talking about. But look at the video. Remember what I told you about emotional marketing?
What is the mark of the beast? What if I was to tell you that the mark is not physical? It's not something you can see, like a chip, barcode, or stamp. Many have debated over this, but let's see what the scripture says. He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their forehead, and that no one may buy or sell except one who has the mark of the name of the beast or the number of his name. In this scripture, it describes people as receiving the mark on their right hand or foreheads, and it will be the name of the beast or number of his name. Then another angel, a third one, followed them, saying with a loud voice, if anyone worships the beast and his image, and receives a mark on his forehead or on his hand, you also will drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is mixed in full strength in the cup of his anger, and he will be tormented with fire and brimstone, in the presence of the holy angels, and in the presence of the Lamb, and the smoke of their torment goes up forever and ever. They have no rest day and night, those who worship the beast and his image, and whoever receives the mark of his name. Notice there's a lot of emphasis on the word name. What is the significance of the name? Did you know there are two marks we can receive? Not only the mark of the beast, but more importantly, the mark or seal of God, Yahuwah. And the Lord said to him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and put a mark on the foreheads of the men who sigh and cry over the abominations that are done within it, saying, do not harm the earth, the sea, or the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God on their foreheads. They were commanded not to harm the grass of the earth, or any green thing, or any tree, but only those men who do not have the seal of God on their foreheads. Then I looked, and behold, a lamb standing on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written on their foreheads. And I saw thrones, and they...
Okay, so by this point, I'm 4 minutes into the video, and now I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. You said you were going to talk about the number, the marks on the forehead and the arm and the forehead, that is the mark of the beast and the name of the beast, but you never talked about that. You switched up and you started talking about something else. So this was like mind-boggling me. Like my head was like spinning around, and I'm trying to follow what he's talking about, because I watched this video earlier and I watched most of it, and I had to like stop it after. So I was like, I can't, because it wasn't making any sense. I got to the part about 666, and then it just sounded like he was saying, he was talking about letters, he was talking about calendars, but numbers were here before letters. So that's why they used numbers, okay? So the 666 was somebody's name, okay? This is the way it was taught to me, that it was someone's name, because there weren't letters came after numbers, all right? And somebody was trying to explain, and so he was talking about the letter J, that really wasn't his name. Well, we kind of, everybody, scholars kind of know that for sure, that his name was Yeshua. We know that, and we know it started with the Y and not a J. So scholars know that. So I didn't understand that part. And then I didn't understand, well, I'm not going to say I didn't understand. It was like he knew half of the story, but he didn't know the whole story. And then he took some stuff and he put it together. And then he said he interpreted it in a way that didn't make quite sense, because he doesn't understand the full story. Now, does that make sense? It's like they say when somebody has a little bit of information, they're dangerous. It's like that. He has a little bit of information and he puts it together, and he has a way with words, and he has a way with this music and these videos that can get you sucked in, where you think, oh, this is a great God. This is a wonderful God. And look at all the media. Okay, so let me show y'all something. Someone is over here saying this to him. Let me go here. Let's see, where is it? He's telling him that he needs to read his Bible. Okay, right here. Vince, right here, is saying, Saturn days are not the Sabbath. Please do your research. I thought Saturn days were Saturday. Saturn days are not the Sabbath. Oh, but to some people, they worship on Saturday. Is that what he means? Do your research. The calendar you presented is a Roman calendar with the pagan days and month. And Yah's calendar is the first day of the month. Is a new month, then the seventh day would be the Sabbath. On the pagan calendar that we use, the first day of the month doesn't fall on a new moon. He thinks to change the times, the calendar, and laws. Check the Old Testament for yourself, my bro. Just don't do a quick search on the new moon. See? And that's what I was like, yeah, this dude doesn't. He knows a little bit, and then he makes it into like this whole philosophy. So his response was, I can only present the Roman calendar if I believed it or I was Roman, which I am not. Therefore, Sunday, so he doesn't believe in the Roman calendar, so he doesn't present it, which doesn't make sense because you don't believe it. That doesn't mean it's not factual and actual and that it doesn't play a role in what you're talking about. Because just like the letters, he was trying to emphasize on the J, but I couldn't understand the correlation because let everybody know, or scholars know, that numbers came before letters. So they go on and they have this debate, and he's just telling this guy that you really need to do your research, and they're going back and forth, and the guy is saying no. So he's saying, just like there was no J in the Hebrew language, this calendar wasn't around. The calendar you use, the Gregorian calendar, was invented in 1582 by Pope, what's his name, Gregorian? Yah's calendar was 13 months. Yours is 1582 calendar, okay? And has 12 months. So you can't do research like that. So you can't. He doesn't basically know what he's doing because you can't take one thing that's from a certain time frame and then put this other thing up there from another time period and say, well, they don't match. Well, of course they're not going to match because they're from two different time periods. Does that make sense? So that was my first sign. Something is wrong here. This dude wants to manipulate people into believing what he wants them to believe. That's what I got from that video. So then I did, of course, my sister, because I've been in meetings all day. She did some research for me, and we found some more. A makeshift bridge. These folks need to be smart. I don't even think they can get to the land to do the makeshift bridge. That's what it sounded like to me. Pam says the money needs to be in escrow to make everything is legit. Okay, London Lady says reporting to the bank. Furthermore, it's scammed many Londoners. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to try to hurry up and go through the comments because we got this video I want y'all to say. See, UK has extradition arrangements with the former Commonwealth. Yep, that's why I said I know that they will honor it over there. Oh, yeah, y'all, please hit the like button. Thank you, Miss Greek. Because we on here talking. Y'all, please hit the like button because we need to get this message out. Please share the video. Please subscribe to my channel. I said I was going to get better at that. Please subscribe to my channel because this helps us get the word out. We got to get this message out. Now, somebody did respond to my question. I said, why don't you say anything? And that when you don't say anything, remember I said those places are reserved in hell. The hottest places in hell is reserved for those places. So Naked Gold says to me,
I have no heels.
I am in Ghana.
I have no heels.
You asked why nobody said anything. Diasporans don't speak up out here. It's a problem. So then you guys need to find somebody who will speak up for you. If you want me to say it, send me an email. Just send me an email. That's all you got to do. You don't have to worry about a thing, honey. Send me an email. You won't even know. I won't even read your name. They won't know who sent me the email. They won't know anything. But we will know what's going on in Ghana because you all need to tell us so we can get the word out so we can help y'all. The more of us who know about it, we can smoke these people out. We can get these people out the community, try to get y'all money back. This is ridiculous. Right, Edra? This is sad. We are people with no experience owning property, no experience building. You're trying, but see, these people keep on selling these people this emotional marketing. Go back to Africa. Build in Africa. Have your land in Africa, the land of your ancestors. Make your ancestors proud. When it's all a scam. It's all a spin, flam, scam to get your money, honey. They don't care nothing about us. As the Japanese say, I don't know, Lion King created dangerous karma for himself and his family. Sure did. Because you can't do that. You cannot, you putting people, this man, both of these men got families. Both of them have families and wives, and you're putting families on the street. You're putting families in desperate situations, and they're in Africa where there's no aid. They're in Ghana where there's no resources for them. But they also have to understand that they are shysters everywhere. This man is nothing but, in my humble opinion, Mr. Lion King, Mr. Daniel Lion King, this man is a shyster. We even got people in the comment sections. Gregorian. That's how you say it. I just heard it. Hey, Kiing works. Yeah, this is real crazy, y'all. I told y'all. This is nuts. I guess he is glad to get out that tent, honey. People's pride prevents them from speaking up because they are embarrassed to feel victim to the scam. Write me, y'all. Send me the email, and I will do the talking for you. I will do the speaking for you. I will write the congressman. I will write the embassy. I will do whatever it needs to be done. But they need to know what is going on. You people are sitting. He said, this man, Mr. Willis said, people, or was it the other man? Mr. Ghana Bound. People are sitting at the hotel in Accra, waiting to go to their land, but they can't because they can't even get to the land, or they don't even have the right coordinates to the land. So they just spending their money trying to stay in Ghana that they were supposed to spend on this land. Now, when they finally, and if they do finally get the money gonna be gone. Edra must be living it up big time with this. Edra, he must be living. Yeah, he is living it up, honey. He is living it up. All this money he done made. This man done made a whole bunch of money. Yep, he's going to do that to someone that won't care about giving him the business. Baby, the ancestors don't place. And this man plays to be, he knows a lot about the spirit world, y'all. But what I think happened, let me just put this video on. Wait, I got to get y'all comments. Y'all got some good comments. Hold on, let me try to get these comments. There is no way I would buy land online, especially from a, yeah. Look, that's an emotional buy. Remember the wife, oh, honey, please, let's get this land. Let's go back to Africa. He's going to be like, okay, babe, whatever you say. Yeah, you checked it out. Okay, you checked it out. I believe you. I feel like
Oh my gosh.
it's not really about the money. It's about the toxicity
Jesus Christ.
he has used between his victims and the
That's
local.
what we have to
Yes.
sit together
And
fight
that's,
these
she's
people.
right. He's created a toxic environment now
Cannot
between
spread out
the
in different
locals
directions
and
all
the
at once.
expats who are coming there because he's lied and he's taking this money. He knew exactly what he was doing because somebody showed him how to do this, honey. Somebody showed him how to do this flam scam. Well, it ain't allegedly, honey. You got people on here saying you took it. We ain't making this up, honey. I'm just responding to the comments. I'm just responding to the video. I ain't saying he did nothing. I'm just responding. Everybody out there saying he did it. The people he took the money from, they saying he did it. And I'm saying what a shame it is before God that this man professing to be a messenger from God is out here stealing, robbing God's people blind. You and your wife. You should be ashamed of yourself. Oh, but you won't be sleeping at night, honey. I was about to say, how do you sleep at night? Oh, he won't be sleeping at night. He won't be. He ain't sleeping at night. I wanted to do investigative reporting to Blair. Jesus. I never liked him having his family in a tent. He didn't care. That's how you know it's just selfishness. Pure selfishness. I'm in Ghana. You asked, oh, okay. You asked why nobody, the Irishmans don't speak up out here. It's a problem. What happens? Well, no. Tell me. Okay, you ain't got to speak up. Tell me. Please tell me. I'll gladly speak up. I will gladly speak up. No problem for me. Because I understand. People will treat you funny. You don't know what they're going to say. You don't know what they're going to do. You're right. But so you can easily email me. God or no God, the Lion King is due to karma. Yep. Yep. You going to get it. If he ain't already got it. These guys are lucky they are alive because many of these stories coming out of people being unalive or attacked. Yes. Yes. People took everything they had and believed in these dreams. Kiki, they know you don't play games. Your double masters don't come easy. I've learned so much since I found you. Oh, thank you. My Nambian dad always says, trust no one in Africa unless you really know them.
He's just a distraction.
And that's true. Just like here. That's what I'm telling y'all. Please write me. Please. I will do it for you. I have no problem. No problem doing it for you. No problem. No problem at all. If you take the money, I don't have anything to show for it. It will be a major problem, period. I stand on business. They're too calm because they're in this environment that's telling them to be calm, telling them they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. They're in Ghana. He partnered with Teeth. What? On a few lives. He and his wife seem sincere. Oh, you talking about to do the lives. Girl, I thought you was talking about to steal the money. I was about to say, what? So let's ask, I'm going to ask T3, do he know he's a scammer? Do you know he's a scammer, Mr. T3? Do you know your friend is, or I ain't going to say your friend because he was on your video, but do you know this dude is a scammer, dude? I met him outside, JJ. I met from an outsider's point of view. Okay. So look, I got to get to this next video. Let me see, try to get down here a little more comments. Because Ghana is becoming a place for expats who are into cult-like behaviors and animal activity. And criminal activity because they can get away with it. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Now he's the voice of God. Yeah, girl, it's going to get worse. Oh, hold on.
Please tell me somebody didn't get swung.
Yes.
You don't point.
He's the voice of God. Y'all didn't know that? Y'all didn't
No,
catch
it's fine.
that?
He's fine. It's fine. You don't point.
Yes. He's saying God gave him that message to give to us about 666 and the name and the badge. I mean, the name and all that stuff. But what happened was he never could prove it. He never could he never could bring it home. And I got tired of waiting. I'm like, oh no, you talking this much, you must be lying. And you ain't made your point yet, you got to be lying. So let's put this video on real quick. This is a video when he,
what's going on? Oh my God.
This video is when he went to, when he's living in the tent. Okay, and he was interviewed by this guy named Nappy Briggs. All right, so Mr. Nappy Briggs, oops, I'm sorry. Mr. Nappy Briggs interviewed this man. So let's check this out. Look at this train. This is where you're going to get to the land, y'all. This is how you get to it. Where he's living at. That's his house. But first, let's just take in what's around it. Nothing. Do you see any electric poles? No, there's no electricity here. I don't even see a water. You know that water tank thing? I don't even see that. This is in the middle of nowhere. There's not even a fence around the parameter.
The whole journey has really been about healing.
This is his wife.
From the moment that, I had the vision to come here.
So she said that the whole journey has been about healing. Now, what did I tell y'all about that? When somebody start coming up to y'all, talking to y'all about, I'm going to Africa to be healed and saved and delivered, you better run. You better run. Emotional marketing at play. Emotional marketing at play. It's pulling on what? Healing your emotions. I want to be whole. What can you go buy wholeness at the store? No, it's an emotion. So ask yourself, what they're selling me, can I buy it at the store? No. That's how you know it's an emotional sale.
To being here and all the different challenges that we've had to face. They've all been, I personally feel like they've been for me. Nothing has been against me here. Everything, I feel like there's an energy that assists you in whatever it is you're trying to achieve or manifest. So my journey was mainly just about.
But if that was the case, hold on, let me.
Thank you so much for joining today. We are here in the eastern region of Ghana. This guy is really living the life. I'm not going to talk much about him. He's going to do all the talking today. He's going to show me what he's doing and how things are going with his family here in Ghana. And I'm sure it is his first time visiting. But
so if it was in the air like that, these blessings that she's talking about, this is him. This person looks nothing like that person that I see on Life with the Kings now. This person has upgraded a lot. A lot. Now, if this message that she's talking about, let's just listen to this.
So, first of all, I want to know your place, and I carrying items. I was like, what is
man raising his family and his children? So
talk to, and they will share their stories transitioning from Europe to Africa And is it your first time being in Africa?
First time coming to Ghana. Not first time in Africa, but first time coming to Ghana. Literally, we got the call to come and we were here within 3 months. So
Wow.
I didn't know what to expect. I heard that it was like Jamaica, and it's exactly like Jamaica, just bigger.
So who called him to Africa, y'all? Did he get an actual phone call from a friend to come to Africa? Or is he saying he got this spiritual call to come?
It's just bigger.
Wow. So
he got a spiritual call to go to a place he'd never been before, a place he never visited. But Yahweh gonna just wake him up one day and say, hey, go to Africa, go to Ghana. You never, hey.
Just pack your bags and you left.
We just packed up and just left. Like, the UK is not no place for a young black man or a young black man raising his family and his children. So we had to get out of there, brother. We had to get out there, and you know, they tell us that Africa's this and Africa's that and we shouldn't go. And they try to put all this fear mongering into us. But we knew that weren't true. We know that what they talk over there is lies. So we had to come and see for ourselves. When we come here, and we wasn't disappointed. I mean, look what we got here, brother. Like, this is real Africa. Do you know what I mean?
Wow. Before we get
into what he got here. Yeah, look what he got here.
You settling out here. Let's talk about your children.
Okay.
When I saw on social media, I saw you had 3 children.
Yes.
This is where they're living. This is very selfish for a man to bring you from, these people are from the UK, to bring you from the UK and put you in this tent.
How did you explain?
Because he got scammed out of his land the first time.
Explain it to them that you were coming here. How did they take it like that we're coming to Africa, a whole new place?
So firstly, I've got 8 children. 5 are still in the UK. So they're to come.
Wrong.
Yeah, they're to come. I've got 5 children and 8 children and 2 grandchildren. So, you know, but the ones that we have here, we brought 3 of them here because basically it was just so that we can set up. But when we told them that they were coming to Ghana, I mean, our oldest one, you could speak to her later. She, you know, she was a bit resistant. She didn't really want to come. It's harder for teenagers because they are more used to the lifestyle in the West. But our young boys, they were like, let's go, let's do it. You stab each other to kill themselves. That's how they've been programmed. So having them come here and start from scratch, they don't even remember the UK that much. They don't even remember it because they come here. You said they have no friends. They have plenty friends here. Plenty friends. The whole village, they come here and they say, Jamaica boys. Like, they come here, like, they've just embraced it. So there was no fear for us to come to Africa because we always knew the real deal. Wow. We always knew what Africa was about. Yes, everywhere you go, there's negatives and there's positives. But for us, it was about, you know, the Most High. We're firm believers in the Most High, and the Most High told us to come. So what's he gonna do? Tell me to come and then what? Leave me forsaken, like leave me out here with nothing? No, we're out here and we've been blessed. We've been blessed by the Most High. So we knew that coming here, it was a must and that we couldn't fail.
Yes, I literally see it myself, and if you're following them on social media, you also see it because they've started up a whole project and it's just amazing. Did you acquire the land or you got it for free?
I wish I got it for free. Listen.
You know why I'm saying that?
Yeah.
I want to take us back to ancient days where our forefathers were enslaved. So people coming from
Look at this. You don't ever do this, y'all. You know what? When I was going to Nigeria, I found a really nice resort I wanted to stay at. It was out in the middle of nowhere, just like this.
Yeah, I can't do nothing.
My ex told me, nope, that ain't a good place. I said, why? Look at it. It's nice. It's secluded. He said, that's exactly why it's not a good place. He said, whenever you go to a place, always look around you, Kiki. Look what's around you. There's nothing around you. There's nothing in this building. There is nothing but this building right here. He said, you see all this? Somebody can hide in there in the middle of the night and come up in there, and you would never know that because you would never see them because of all this dense forest. I cannot believe this man moved his wife and his kids out here. The Ghanaians are not even living out here.
The diaspora always say we need lands for free.
Yeah.
because we were taken from here by force.
Most definitely.
So
Like I believe everybody should have free land, not just the people from the diaspora. But yes, we should have it. Yes, because we were removed from here and taken, like we were kidnapped.
Right.
And now that I've come back, like I need something to set up. Do you know what I mean? And I know they had the return, return, the year of return here. We came the year after that.
Okay. This person says, we're going to comment because there's a lot of comments and I'm trying to keep up with that and keep up with this too. She says, it was very confusing indeed. It's like he wants to send people into a strange trance. Now, remember that, Jenny. Remember what you said. He's trying to send people into a strange trance. And he is. Oh, he really is. This man is very good at what he does. You have to listen carefully. You have to, people who become spiritually awakened, you have to listen to them very carefully. Because like God says, all those people who call my name, they're not from me. They are not from me.
So we've been here 2 years, but for us, it's like, why should I have to pay for land that is being, like, this is the Most High's land. None of us own land. Even if we got paid, but we don't own it. Because when the Most High decides to take us off of this earth.
See, this type of talk right here, this is that jive talk. I call this jive talk. It's like talk that, yeah, you right. But is it realistic? Is it logical? No. You have to pay for things. You have to pay. It's called the law of fair exchange. If you want something, you have to give something. You can't get free. Free means nothing. If you give nothing, you get nothing. That's the exchange. So this jive talk.
Boom, we're gone. Like, and when
you know, jive talk is sound good. It sound good. My grandmother used to say these type of people can make you believe that meat is not greasy. And when I was little, I used to be like, what? Meat is not greasy. And she said, and everybody know that meat is greasy. Yeah. Think about a pork chop. She said, think about when you eating a pork chop. Ain't that pork chop greasy? I said, yeah. She said, well, people like this, manipulating people, will make you believe that grease on your face, that grease on your hands from that pork chop is not there, and that pork chop is not greasy. And you know it is because it's all on your face and hands. But manipulating men, slick talkers, jive talkers, they can make you believe that it's not. Listen to this man.
You're going to do, like, try to pass it down to your children. Well, you can take them too, and then it's gone. So we feel like we should be given land. But in this day and age, like, free, nothing's free out here. So
no,
we came out here, you know, we acquired land first in a Dokum, near Bree. And it was a dodgy deal. Do you know what I mean? It was a dodgy deal.
That's the deal where they were sleeping. They lost their place and they was homeless.
So we pulled out of that. Then we looked at 2 more lands which seemed a bit dodgy, and then we found this that was introduced to us by a mutual friend. And yeah, we purchased 2 acres. This 1 acre you see here, and we just extended another acre. So
I know in the UK and other parts of the world, when you purchase
here. Wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. Something is still. Is that the 10?
Like, and what are you gonna do? Like, try to pass it down to your children. So
see right here. This is the house. Maybe that's the tent. That's probably the tent. Yeah, that's the tent.
So I know in the UK and other parts of the world, when you purchase the land, it's not for
all right.
you,
We're not
the
going
government.
to watch all this.
But paradise is where you,
so we're going to
buy yams and whatever we don't have, we can top up from there. We're currently still going to Accra to get things like lentils, and we're doing the transition slowly. We ain't just come in and just be like, boom, we're here. Do you know what I mean? But we're doing a transition slowly. So like you see,
this man looks nothing like the man I see now on my thumbnail. Nothing.
Seedlings going next door. This is actually the second round. So the first rainy season we was here, and we was experimenting on what can grow here and what can't grow here. So now we know what can grow. we know what we need to grow in a greenhouse or hydroponics or aquaponics, and we know what can grow from the ground. So we're just, you know, a bit of this, a bit of the market, a bit of Accra, less of Accra as much as possible. Do you know what I mean? And more of, basically, more of supporting our local farmers. We'll always support our local farmers, but eventually we'll lock down Accra and we probably won't go to the market. It will just be local farmers and whatever we can grow.
Amazing. What is one biggest challenge of moving to Ghana?
The biggest challenge, well, one of the biggest challenges.
Yeah.
Right, you know what it is? I'll be real with you. Like, the one thing I don't feel is the Abroni talk. I don't like this one. No, I don't like this one.
Okay.
Like, because imagine I come from the UK.
So that ain't what I want to hear. Now this is the wife.
Everything is just an oppressive force, and it's not something that you can see it, you can feel it, you hear it. It's just you're bombarded with this oppressive, negative, artificial energy every single day, and then you know you're programmed, and the control or the lack of control that you
again. This is that victim. I've been beat up. The UK, the West is nothing. They treat me like this. They treat me like that. I'm going to Africa. Africa's going to heal me. This is appealing to those victim people, those people who are still in that victim state. They're still embracing victimhood. Okay. These people are these type of people who are in that victim state can easily be manipulated because they're looking for someone, anyone, any place to heal them. So they will easily be manipulated by this type of person because they're going to be drawn to her and be like, oh, she felt it too. Yes, they feel what we feel. We're the same. What is that? An emotional marketing tool, and they're going to buy into it.
Have over your own life, over the lives of your children. You can't imagine it.
Sure.
You can't, unless you're born.
Look how this man is laughing at her. He looking at her like, you're crazy. You talking, any of us we would give our right arm to go to the UK and live the life that you all have there. That's why he's laughing. Oh, it's so terrible, but everybody want to go there.
I mean, unless you've experienced it, you can't imagine what that feels like. And especially when your family have decided to go with the system.
All right.
You know, they're just accommodating the system and almost enabling.
What does that mean when your family decides to go with the system? What does she mean?
The system to keep it working that way. And being that.
Look at this man. I cannot believe this is the same man. Okay, we done talking about her. I wanted y'all to see how she's playing the victim card. The wife plays the victim card. That's the message that they send out. We're healing you victim people who've been victims, who've been beat down. The US and the UK have dogged you. So come with me and I'm going to heal you and I'm going to take you to Ghana. Okay.
That a lot of diasporans have because of things like slavery. That's not the only thing, but that's a contributing factor.
That's because they're the magic.
We have this misconception that children have a say.
Look,
it's like we know what's best for them. They've been gifted.
She said we have a misconception that children have a say. So that means if you're under a certain age, long as you're viewed as a minor in their household, they don't care how you feel. They don't care how you think. So they're raising their children to be mutes in this world, okay? Where they will never learn how to express themselves. They will never learn how to defend their position because they weren't allowed to do that in their household.
Gifted to us, therefore we are responsible for their well-being. Now, a child doesn't know, even though even I was one of those children that I thought I knew best. I knew everything. I had it all figured out, but I didn't. I didn't. My mom was right, like 99%.
So that's why
I wouldn't be able to overcome because I knew I was doing what was best for her.
we have a guest house that we're building over here.
So this is when they're inviting people to come because they're building a guest house. Now she just gave her little spew, her little story about her little spiel, or however you say it, the little story about how she's this kids don't have a say, you know, bring your kids to, you don't care whether they like it or not, just snatch them up and bring them to Africa. You know, I'm a victim. I've been a victim of this cruel, harsh system in the US. I'm sorry, in the UK, and this is the worst system in the world.
We have another guest house that we're trying to build over here. She will tell you about the tent project that we have going over there. So people are welcome to come and stay for, it's not an amount of time, whatever it takes for you to transition into purchasing your own land.
So he's trying to make it seem like this is free. So people came and stayed with him for free. So the people on here from Ghana who know about this man, so he let you come there and stay for free?
Of Africa, and you know, living in one of our guest house and then being independent,
and being independent. So you're not independent in the United States, you're not independent in the UK, you're only independent when you come and stay in one of his guest houses, pay him to stay in the guest house, and then you're independent, but you're dependent on him for every single thing.
There, I guarantee you're gonna catch the bug, and you're gonna be like, I need to move to Africa, or you know, you may want to live in a craft that I don't know, but the aim is to get you to live in nature. Do you know what I mean?
Just to expose yourself to a new.
You said the aim is to get you to live in nature. See?
Because there's so much fear.
Get you to live in nature for what? To get you to go out. Look how this man is laughing at them. Like, this is unbelievable. These people are unbelievable. Look at him. He don't even believe what he's saying.
Even us, we had the fear of coming to live in nature, and mainly because of things that other people were saying to us. Like, it wasn't, you know,
scorpions are going to get you. This
snakes, the bandits, they just everything was just ridiculous stuff. And we have, like, you know, no boundary walls. We're completely open.
Look, no security. We're completely open. You can just, that's a fool's move. We're sleeping in a tent. They ain't got robbed because they ain't got nothing to be robbed of.
This is the tent.
This is what they're sleeping in.
No inside tour today, I'm afraid, guys.
No problem.
But
yes, outside is okay.
Yeah, it's enough. But yeah, we just have the top. I mean, we've been here 9 months now, so the tent has really been worn in. Yeah, like it's we're I wouldn't say we're running out of time, but we're getting to a place with the tent where it's like, okay, we need to move out of the tent now because of the rainy season. When we first came here, we came during the first rainy season, so the tent was just battered. And as you can see, the covering here that we have,
this is where they live. This is where I want to show y'all. This is where they live.
It's meant to be a whole piece on the front, but it torn it.
I'm done spending enough.
This is why you have to, we're going to stop it here. This one. This is why you got to know the people. All right. You got to take a step back and see where these people come from. So now we see this man believes he's a messenger from God. He believes he gets messages from God that he interprets, and he says he tries to make the message say whatever he wants it to say, which it didn't make sense. And now somehow he's wound up in Ghana. Never been there before, but he wants us to believe God gave him this message to go relocate to a country he's never been there before. And now he's telling you to do the same thing after he scammed your money. Okay, hold on. So that's where we're stopping. Now we're going to go to this next video he did. He uses religious dogma and philosophy as a means of distracting people from his real agenda. And that's to get your money, honey. It's to extort your money from his victims. That's all. That's all he's doing. But these victims, now see, they're targeting a certain type of population. They want those wounded people. They want wounded soldiers because the wounded people ain't going to figure out what they're doing. It's truly easy to be misguided when you're the first wake up. Once you become woke, you know that the things you were taught were wrong. So you are thirsty for the knowledge, and it sounds like mass and it makes sense. Okay, let me read this comment because y'all, we got a lot of comments. There's a lot of y'all on here, and I'm struggling to keep up with these comments. So there's another video.
Heels, please.
Yeah, but let me get this comment. And then we got, these are the background, because y'all know I love to set the stage. So we got to set the stage on the type of person we dealing with. Naked Gold says, you said it right, Kiki. Diasporans can't own land fully. I told y'all that. The way Ghanaians use language can be confusing. Even free land isn't free. No, but they want y'all to think I'm lying. What do I got to lie for? What do I got to lie to y'all for? I don't have no reason to lie to y'all. London lady said he has a colonial attitude to tell us that the locals don't own their land. Naked Gold says it's dangerous when people like the Kiings are platformed because other diasporans suffer from it. Now Ghanaians think we are trying to steal their land because that's the way it looks. You're coming out there building on this land, and they're like, what the heck is going on? And it's a whole bunch of people doing it. So that's exactly what they're thinking. But I want y'all to see this other one so we can get a good idea of who we're dealing with. Yes, we have to get a good idea of this person that we are dealing with. All right. Because what did God say? You'll know his people by their what? Their works. Many will say they belong to God. Many will say they serve God. Many will say that they're here to help God's people. But how will you know them for real? The real ones from the fake? He said their works. Now let's listen to this. Let's learn a little bit more about Mr. Daniel Kiing.
Fame. If you want fame, that's what I wanted. I wanted to be famous, like Michael Jackson. Looking back, I could see how I was.
He said, I wanted to be famous like Michael Jackson. I wanted to be famous. So if I want something, what am I going to do to get it? I'm going to do what I need to do to get it. Especially if I want to be like Michael Jackson. That means I want to be the best. I want to be the top. So what did he say? I wanted fame. And I'm going to do whatever I got to do to get it.
Recruit for a brotherhood, if you like. Trying to be recruit for.
He was recruited for a brotherhood.
When you are in the music industry, I don't care what anybody says, when you're in the music industry and you are making it in that sense of success, there are certain things that you're going to have to do, certain places you're going to have to go. Souls will be sold. Based on, what do you mean by that?
Souls will be sold. So, how far did he go in the music industry? Is this another story of the puffster? Is this a junior puffster? But instead of white parties, he's having land parties.
Why did we drop 100 mods?
He's stealing land. He's stealing folks' money.
People sell their soul every day in the music industry. Not just in the music industry. Like, they invoke spirits in you. Have you ever been to a Jay-Z concert or seen a Jay-Z concert?
So what did that lady say? I forgot who said it. That's what he's trying to do. That's what he's doing.
These people be there like, hova, hova, hova. Bro, I went myself in the early days. I found myself, hova, hova. And then, because I'm a guy, I can't get caught like that. But for me,
he was worshiping whatever they worship, whenever they doing, whoever they calling on, he was doing it too. He was doing it too.
And I got caught and I stopped. And I said to my dude, I was like, bro, look around. Look at the place is hypnotized. And they wanted to give me a record label, but I found myself in Zimbabwe. Doing what in Zimbabwe? With some very high people. Well, so they like to think, never higher than the most high, but with some very, elite type of people. dealing with diamonds and uncut diamonds and all of these dodgy dealings. And I found myself there. And when I was there, a proposal was put to me to basically to sell my soul for this record label, which I think was worth about £350,000 at the time, to get that much money to start this thing. That's why I can't listen to certain people. I don't listen to Rihanna. I don't listen to Beyonce. I don't listen to much secular music. I don't.
What did they tell you to do that you felt like was against your morality?
There are people in the industry drinking blood, like from
Blood?
Yes.
What blood? Animal blood?
No, from
Human.
humans.
Hey.
Now, I thought this was interesting. Wait till y'all see where he got this blood from. I don't know if this is the truth. I don't know if he's just heard the Puffster story and heard other people talk about their lives in Hollywood, or if he's actually done this. We have no way of proving this.
Now you've said it, and I know it.
But I can tell he's done something because of his videos and the way he knows about music and what he's saying about music and what he's saying about spirituality. He knows something, but it's like he studied a little bit and then he felt like, that's all I need. I got the knowledge I need and I'm ready to roll.
Just going to do the same for other people watching, and it's going to create that awakening for them. So I really appreciate that.
Hold on, y'all. I went too far back. I'm sorry. Where was we at?
Is when I was told to drink sperm. And I was like,
hold on, y'all. Y'all got to hear this part.
To me, to basically to sell my soul for this record label, which I think was worth about £350,000 at the time, to get that much money to start this thing. That's why I can't listen to certain people. I don't listen to Rihanna. I don't listen to Beyonce. I don't listen to much secular music. I don't.
What did they tell you to do that you felt like was against your morality?
There are people in the industry drinking blood, like from
blood.
Yes.
What blood? Animal blood?
No, from humans. Yeah. So African blood. So what happened to me was a lot. But at the final stage for me is when I was told to drink sperm. And I was like, I was never gonna do it. Never. But I was so in shock at that point. You know what my response was? From the cup or from the source? Like, where are we doing this from? Because, bro.
So I thought that was, why would it matter? If you weren't gonna do it, then why would it matter? So you thought about it. For you to even ask that question, why would it matter? Because if you weren't going to do it, you would have been like, I'm not doing that, regardless where it come from. Why would you even ask me to do that with a male? You see what I mean? So this whole male thing, something's up with that.
Oh. The agenda of music has people trapped in that prison.
Why not a woman's fluids? Why a male's fluid? Think about it, people.
I went to the UK trying to convince people, here I am in the flesh. Look, it's me. Remember, you see me on YouTube, but forget that I'm here. Come to Ghana. What I need to go to Ghana for? I'm comfortable here. I said, bro, do you know how much opportunities are in Ghana? You know they won't.
Did the lady tell us he was bringing loads of Londoners there? He just said he went to London to get people to bring them to Ghana.
You like this? They love it. They're comfortable with the torture. A lot of us, a number has been done on us that I don't have hope. I was sad when I left the UK because I realized we're gonna lose a few. We're
collateral damage.
Yeah, collateral damage. That's what's gonna happen because the number has been done. The Willie Lynch, that has done a number on our people to where we don't need to be enslaved. We can enslave us.
I feel genuinely nervous to release this.
We don't want to go to uproot ourselves and sell everything and move to Africa. That's Willie Lynch.
We enslave our children. We send our children to school for somebody else, with the enemy to teach them.
Now, why are we so easy to be deceived as Black people?
Because we are so greedy. We're so greedy. We love.
When somebody tells you who they are, listen to them. He said, why is it easy to deceive Black people? What did he say? Because we're greedy. He's greedy. That's what happened with him. He was greedy. He got greedy.
Of money.
Hello guys, and welcome back again to another amazing episode. And this is the Diaspora Transition episode where we interview diaspora who decided to leave the diaspora and currently living here on the continent. And today's a real caring guest is Daniel Kiing. He has a YouTube channel with the name Lyfe with a Kiing. He decided to leave the UK with his family, wife, kids, grandchildren, and everybody else to come to the continent. And he's been on the channel multiple times sharing his story, his granddaughters, and also his grandson, grandson, no,
My
grandchildren,
daughter.
granddaughters,
Yeah.
the whole family, right?
Yes.
Sharing their story, moving to the continent. And today we are going to do something a little bit different, but very important as well. If you don't know, Daniel is a musician, and he was a musician in the UK. He started, doing music, but in our earlier interview, he said something that he saw something in the music industry in the UK, and that made him left the UK, went back to Jamaica, go on a mountain just to, live with his family in the bush because it was too much. And today we just want to have a sit-down conversation to really talk about what exactly he saw in the music industry in the UK.
In fact, what I saw in the music industry in the UK made me leave the UK and go back to Jamaica and stay there for 6 months. I sold all my clothes, I sold my shoes, I sold everything, and I stripped back to the minimum. I went to live in the bush with my family in Clifton in Hanover.
So what I can say to you now is, fasten your seatbelt. Is going to be a hell of a ride, okay? So without further ado, Daniel Kiing, welcome back again on the show.
So the people who know
I feel like I live here.
what is Clifton and Hanover? What is he talking about? Why did he say it like that? Like that's some significance that it's Clifton and Hanover. Is that like some bad side of town or something?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a resident.
Yeah.
Always.
Full time.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah. And thank you for agreeing to share the story with me and my audience.
Yeah.
And let's get into it. People are watching you for the first
80, so I was raised on that good music, the 80s music, that 90s music. I'm an old soul, so my mum would play revival music in the house. Her mum's old records, so we're talking 60s, 70s revival music, reggae music. So I would listen to that. My first experience with music was, just taking out these things which I now know as records, vinyls, from my mum and just putting them on the deck that I saw her put them on, and just letting the sound go. And I was fascinated by the mechanics of a vinyl, of a record. But then the sound that was coming out of there, Frankie Paul, Jimmy Cliff, which actually a family member, in a boy band. So I was in a boy band. You know what a boy band is, right? A band full of boys. It's quite cheesy, quite poppy. We did touring with a lot of people. A lot of pop bands and stuff. So I did that, and I discovered, it was very subtle at that time. Very subtle things that were happening in the music industry that I wasn't, I was very young, and I was in there with younger people. So my brother and 2 other younger guys, and I just used to see little subtle things happening around me. One of the major things I saw, there's a place, or that I experienced. Imagine I'm a young boy. I was it was 1998, so I was 18. I was 18, but everyone else was younger than me. So my brother was 4 years younger than me. And then the rest of the band members were, all similar ages as my brother. First major thing I thought that rang alarm bells, we were touring around the UK. And I remember seeing...
Now listen closely to this story. Drink the sperm. And now this one, listen to this.
The schedule, and it said, oh, you're performing in Tottenham Court Road. And I thought, oh, where are we performing? This is like, a prestigious kind of area. Where are we performing? No one would tell us where we were performing. And then when we got to that place, our tour manager would drop us off, bring us into the back entrance. And I didn't know where we were performing until I stepped out onto the stage and realized we were performing in GAY, a gay bar or club with men, big white men, drag queens. And for me, as a child, I was 18, but I was with children. For us to be on stage performing for that kind of crowd, that wasn't right in my eyes. That there was something wrong there.
Now, I'm sure, I don't know if this is a true story or not, but I just found that a strange coincidence, because I'm sure they played like whatever music he played was probably like R&B, hip soul, something like that. This crowd to me looked like more like a pop crowd, like a pop music crowd. So I don't understand how the little boy band would. I don't understand that. Just to keep what's the connection?
There was a Hawkeye.
The sperm, drink the sperm. And when I was little, well, you weren't little, you were 18. When you were 18, you went to play when you were in a band, you went to play at a drag queen club. So that's making me think maybe, I don't. Maybe there's some sexuality stuff going on there.
And that was the first kind of major thing that, you know, happened. And I remember bringing that up with my manager and saying, what happened? Like, they obviously know, but they were like, all right,
Okay, these are the boys. Now, you think these people appeal to drag queen? I've been to the drag queen club. They like Diana Ross. They like them big voice women, you know, who sing like that. Not this. This don't look like somebody they would want to perform.
a mistake. You shouldn't have done that. Right. If it was a mistake, we never would have been ushered around the back and all of these things. Because as far as I'm concerned, it felt like a bunch of men like perving over some boys on the stage. Do you know what I mean?
See?
So,
See. And if you've ever been to a drag queen show, they're very nice. The drag queens are super talented, you know, and so when he said that, I'm like, wow, you really reduced the drag queen show to that. The drag queen shows are a lot of, they display their talent, their makeup, their artistry. You know, it's, let me keep going.
That was kind of my first experience in that.
I don't know why. I've never seen little boys, teenage boys at a drag queen show. I haven't before.
In that world. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, I can't give you everything because I'll be here all day.
I'm not saying he didn't play there. I'm just wondering why. Why would that be a good idea?
So if we fast forward to, you know, I was in another group, Nutty Energy. That was the name. We was independent. We wasn't signed at that point. We was independent. You know, I had enough of that industry control. So I wanted to do it myself, independent. So me and another guy, we were just out there, you know, making good music, performing, you know, up and down the UK. We supported Joe, LL Cool J, Wu-Tang Clan, Dead Prez, like just some real like big names in the industry. So
these are American groups. So he was saying that he was playing for them. Because if he was playing for them, people should know him. So London Lady, UK people, do y'all know him as an artist in the UK? Is he famous over there? Because these people he naming are famous American people.
It gave us a lot of experience. And from that, I gained a lot of, you know, contacts and knew a lot of people in the industry. And eventually I met some people who, you know, wanted to start a record label, want me to start a record label. And yeah, the story kind of evolved crazy from there.
What happened? Let's dive into it.
So, I mean, nothing was ever like bait.
Now, y'all know that's how the Puffster got started. That's how Puffy got started. Remember, Andre Harrell came to him about starting a record label. Puff, you want to start a record label? We'll give you the money to start a record label. But what you think Puffy had to do to get to that point for them to even offer him that?
Like, so I didn't understand a lot of it until I was out of it years later. Looking back, I could see how I was recruited for a brotherhood, if you like.
So he said he was recruited for a brotherhood. So that means they must have thought you were open to it. They're not going to recruit you unless they think that you're open to it. So you had this person, Mr. Kiing. I'm just telling you what I'm responding to what you're saying, sir. So from what he's saying, it sounds like he was letting these people know, I'm open to what you may have to offer. Offer it and let me see.
Trying to be recruited for a brotherhood. When you are in the music industry, I don't care what anybody says, when you're in the music industry and you are making it in that sense of success, there are certain things that you're going to have to do, certain places you're going to have to go.
So he just told you there's certain things you're going to have to do. So what did he do? He's trying to act like he didn't do anything. No, you just told us there's a whole bunch you got to do. So what did you do till you got to the point where they're going to offer you a label?
Souls will be sold. Basically.
What do you mean by that? Let's just give a context to it, because
no offense, but if you still think that driving food around is the best way to make money in today's economy,
Ooh,
I'm sorry.
I was reading the comments. Ooh, sorry.
not just in the music industry. Well, women be selling their souls by, you know, by their bodies, physically their bodies. Artists be selling their souls by what they're saying. Now, we all know music has a big effect on the body. Let's just break it down.
Okay, look, London Lady says, listen, she says, Kiki, I know a club, a gay one in Tottenham Court Road. They would have been leeching all over the young boys, I'm afraid, especially young men of color. Oh, girl, that's horrible. No, those aren't the drag queens I went to see. They wasn't doing that. I doubt this boy band was very famous. He is full of himself. London Lady said he probably met people like P. Diddy. He did. Miss Greek said, I doubt that this boy band. No, it's not famous like he said. London Lady, have y'all heard of this dude? He said he's supposed to be this famous person.
Technically, and we'll get back to it. Technically, music is normally made at 440 hertz.
Any London people, y'all heard of this?
That's the general hertz. We're talking about frequencies now. Everything is frequency. Everything's vibrating.
Well,
Everything's a frequency. We can manipulate your body, your cells, water with frequency. We're vibrating.
Did you hear what he said? We can manipulate. The fact he said manipulate, that lets you know we can manipulate you with music, with sound, with my voice, with the way I pitch my voice in the video, with the music I play in the videos. I can manipulate you to the way I want you to think, to the way I want you to act.
In water moves. It can be manipulated. That's the general 440 hertz is what they make music at. The likes of Prince, Bob Marley, Jimi Hendrix, a few other greats that understood music, they made music at 436, I believe. A hertz that resonates a bit more with the body. It feels good. Bob Marley feels good. Do you know what I mean? Jimi Hendrix, it felt good. Prince music felt great. Like it's more inclined with love. 963 or 936 is the God frequency. That's a frequency of divine, that's a frequency that can stimulate your pineal gland. So we now know that music, just from that's facts. We now know that music can manipulate the body, can manipulate the feeling. So that means you can use it for good, or you could, on the opposite scale, you can use it for bad.
Exactly. Exactly. You could use it for good, or you can use it for evil. This man knows a lot. He knows a lot, but he thinks he knows everything. And the people who think they're the most informed, they're the least informed.
So when I was doing music and, you know, with producers and wanting to do this music industry and started producing for some big artists, I'm not going to name names, but started, in fact, I didn't produce.
Well, why not? And then he backtracked and said he didn't produce. Why not name names? If I produced for some big artists, I'm going to name names because guess what? My name is on their album. So why not name the names? Because it didn't happen. Because he's going to say it now. Watch.
When I was doing music and, you know, with producers and wanting to do this music industry and started producing for some big artists, I'm not going to name names, but started, in fact, I didn't produce for big artists. That's shooting a bit far. I was producing and writing music for potential big artists. I never got one of them. Do you know what I mean? So
what is a potential big artist? I was producing and writing music for potential big artists. I don't get that.
I can name names.
That's some shuck and jive and talk again.
Adele. That's the biggest one. Yeah. Like, we were potentially writing music for these people. What was required
music? What?
Blew my mind. So I'm just making music for the love of it. But they told me I had to put certain notes. They had to be made at a certain hertz. Certain keys had to go in there. It had to have a certain vibration. There's music now that is being played that has to have white noise, has to have certain notes in it. Whether you can hear it or not, it's in there. These invoke certain things in the human body. Like they invoke spirits in you. Have you ever been to a Jay-Z concert or seen a Jay-Z concert?
Yes, they do. So you think when he's doing those videos and he's playing that music in the background, because I've been watching his videos. And I said, wow, these are really good. They made me feel, they just took me in. And I said, oh, this dude knows what he's doing. He gets you to buy into his story. And he just told you. that he knows how to do that with the music. And that's what he does.
No. These people be there like, Hova, Hova, Hova. Bro, I went myself in the early days. I found myself, Hova, Hova. And then, because I'm a guy, I can't get caught like that. But for a minute, I got caught, and then I stopped. And I said to my dude, I was like, bro, look around. Look at the place is hypnotized. Hova, Hova. Let's not even get into what Hova means, but the fact that everybody was tuned into Beyonce and Jay-Z like that blew my mind. It doesn't even.
I love Monday.com.
So, but he was there doing it too. So now he's trying to say the blue is mine, but he was doing it too.
To them anymore. You know why? Because they've been desensitizing them from a long, long time. It's been a long process to desensitize people against the music, against their agenda. So when the agenda is pushed on them, it just feels like normal. We have award shows that are just painted in red, that are just have people come out dressed like the devil.
Yeah.
The music has impacted the church, whether you're a churchgoer or not, it's impacted the church. So before, churchgoers would be like, no secular music, gospel only. Now, the biggest gospel artist out there, Kirk Franklin, well, go listen to his music. Go see who he performs with on stage in music awards. People that are outright devil worshippers. They say, I worship the devil. Now, when you speak these things, I worship the who? That's powerful, bro. Like, you're invoking things into yourself without even knowing it.
And that's very important, because that's what's going on here. You're invoking things into yourself and you don't even know it. You're calling spirits into yourself and you don't even know it. When you go out to that ocean and you sit out at that ocean and you pray at night and you do whatever, you're invoking spirits, inviting them to come into you and set up shop, and you don't even know what you're doing. And you don't even know what spirits those are, because those are marine spirits that are by that water that you're invoking and asking to come into you.
This is, I always tell people, your favorite artist is a sodomite.
What is a sodomite?
Boss, these people that do ungodly things, people that do ungodly things, like, and what I realize is that your favorite artist is probably doing things that you probably can't even imagine. When I was in the industry and they wanted to give me a record label, bro, I found myself in Zimbabwe. I didn't
understand that either, because he's not, well, he was from the UK, so maybe the UK do some music in Africa. I don't know. But I didn't understand how he ended up in Zimbabwe. He never explained that either.
In Zimbabwe.
Doing what in Zimbabwe?
With some very high people.
See, listen.
Well, so they like to think, never higher than the most high.
It didn't have nothing to do with the music. Listen.
With some very, elite type of people dealing with diamonds and uncut diamonds and all of these dodgy dealings.
Diamonds.
And I found myself there. And when I was there, a proposal was put to me to basically to sell my soul for this record label, which I think was worth about $350,000.
So he's there with some people, some high people, we don't know their names, who deal in rough, uncut diamonds, but they want him to start a record label, but they there dealing in diamonds, but they want him to start a record label, and they want to give him 350,000 pounds, I guess, to do it.
Pounds at the time to get that much money to start this label. And the deal was put to me to do certain things.
Like what?
Bro.
You mentioned about the keynotes that you need to be.
Yeah, so those things are in the music anyway. Those things are minor. Those things are, not minor. They affect the human body in a very, that's why I can't listen to certain people. I don't listen to Rihanna. I don't listen to Beyonce. I don't listen to much secular music. I don't. Even some people that are, they may say the right words, but the sounds, they may not understand the beat behind it. The 408? 808? 808. The 808? Bro, I don't listen to that. I used to love that sound, that Kanye.
I love 808s.
Bro.
What would it do? What go into?
Bro, it's just, it's the frequency. It's what it represents. It's the tones that it invokes. Like you have the hum sound. These are things that people do to meditate. Like these invoke certain things in you. Sound can heal. I can heal you.
And
with-
music is very important. It's very important, and that's what y'all have to understand. So if this man understands frequency, the importance of music, how you can control people's moods and their attitudes with music, he's doing that with his videos. He's doing that when he talks to you. All right, he's doing that in other areas in his life, okay?
It's sound, well, not me personally, but it can be done. People can hit a gong and heal you all around your body. So if they can heal you, then
It can destroy you.
it can destroy you. So
what did they tell you to do?
So if I can use music to heal you, then I can. If I know how to do it to heal you, I know how to use music to destroy you.
How you feel like was against your morality?
Well, imagine there was a concession of things up to this point. You can see I'm trying to hold back, right? Because, bruv, it's crazy.
I told you, he said it was a concession of things. So he's been doing some things. They're not just going to come to you with this. You've been playing with these people.
Like,
just give me one.
I'll give you it.
It's true.
Because for me, that was it. At that point, that was it. So there are people in the industry drinking blood, like from
blood.
Yes.
What blood? Animal blood?
No.
So you want to know where to invest $1,000?
So what y'all think he was doing while they was drinking the blood? Y'all think he was just sitting there watching?
Humans. Yeah. So African blood, pure African blood. So if you are pure African,
look at him. You see how he look like? Please stop. So where are you getting pure African blood from? So that's what. So where's this place where you just getting pure African blood? Where? And you, what are you doing? Kidnapping the kid?
bro.
Yeah.
Listen, bro. You know when they say, who the Most High blessed, no man can curse.
Exactly.
That's why I'm sitting here right now. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sitting here, bro. So the African is the most sought after blood. The black African is the most sought after blood. It's the original DNA. And our Caucasian brothers and sisters, the ones that are that way inclined, well, they like that. They like that. And they harvest that.
The industry.
In the industry. So,
wow.
Bro, it's...
Wow. And then what does this blood do for them? Does it enhances their...
Some people, it keeps them young. It enhances their life. It makes them stronger. Melanin is like more valuable than gold. Like probably most valuable commodity that I know. Like I say commodity, but it's valuable. Like these things are happening. So what happened to me was a lot. But at the final stage for me is when I was told to drink sperm.
Final stage, people. Did y'all hear that? Final stage. He said the final stage for me. Look at dude's face. Final stage. So for you to get to final stage, that means, honey, there was other stages. There were other stages.
And I was like, I was never going to do it. Never. But I was so in shock at that point. You know what my response was? From the cup or from the source? Like, where are we doing?
Why would it matter if you weren't going to do it? But he said he's been doing things up to that point. It led up to that point, okay? Okay. Hold on, because I'm looking up what he was saying about African blood and witchcraft. So I don't know yet. I'm trying to pull this up and see if I can bring it up and see what this is. But okay, let's go with this.
In this from because bro, and that
wait a minute, really?
Well, what it did for me, it made me realize that the world that I once knew was
gone.
It was gone. Everything that I knew as a child, just wanted to dance and sing like Michael Jackson, just wanted to entertain, just wanted to make people happy. Performing in front of 60,000 people, bro, and having them all sing your song, it gave me love. It gave me something that was something I can't explain. Everything crumbled in that moment because I realized I can't be in this industry unless I sell my soul. And they say the Most High gave the devil the music. He said the world is your domain. This is your domain. So I left Zimbabwe. I came home. I sold all my clothes. I sold all my shoes. I was a sneakerhead. I love sneakers. I sold all my sneakers, my crepes or boogers or whatever you want to call it. We'll call them different things. I sold my clothes. I literally stripped myself because I was going mad at that time. I was going crazy in my head and I thought I was going to lose it. And I called my cousins in the hills in Jamaica, gave them a quick insight of what was happening. And they know these things. They always say, yo, you know, there are people, them drink blood and rah, rah. Do you know what I mean? They know these things. They just didn't have the proof. Like, they know it, but they've never seen it. So when I told them I've seen these things for myself, they said, come. And I went up to the hills in Jamaica and I had to build back, as they say. I had to build back everything I knew, stripped.
See, this is why I believe, I don't know for sure, just from what he's saying, I believe, and the way he describes it, like the final thing, there were a concession of things. So I think he was involved with this stuff. I think he dibbled and dabbled in whatever they were doing. Okay, I really do. Because for him to have to go back to Jamaica, go in the hills and get spiritually cleansed, that means your spirit has been contaminated. And the elders are trying to bring you back to who you are. But you've dibbled and danced around with the devil. And the problem is when you do that, the devil does not want to let you go. He never lets you go. He may go away for a little while. He may calm down. He never really even goes away from these people. He may just calm down for a little while, but he's always going to be there and he's always going to come back to collect. Always.
Build back myself. I wasn't coming back.
He won his debt that you owe him.
That point.
But how did they let you go so easily?
Who?
I mean, after they told you to drink and stuff and you didn't.
I wasn't in like that. Like they were trying to, I would hear people saying, no, he's not ready. He's not ready. And other people say, oh, he's receptive. They love to say that word about me. Oh,
he said they love to say that word about me. He's receptive. That means he's open to what we're saying. He's open to what we're doing. This is the person you all were buying land from in Ghana. This is the person that you all were going to Ghana with to meet that you didn't know anything about. Somebody who's dibbled and dabbled and danced around with the devil and his demons. These are what Anju would call foot soldiers for the devil.
oh, we like you. You're receptive. So what they're really saying is, we don't like black people, but we like you because we can use you. You can be our dandy.
Black people
you know what dandy is? Go look it up. You can be our dandy. You can be new money. Because someone like me at that time.
Well, how did race get in this? Is he doing? I'm confused.
Long locks. Imagine I come out, bro. I'm a perfect agent to have my.
He said, "I'm the perfect agent." When somebody tells you who they are, believe them. This man just said, "I'm the perfect agent," and that he was. He was pretending to be one of God's people, but he wasn't. He was not.
My people follow me, and like the Pied Piper, follow them to drown in the water. They will follow me to drown in the water, bro.
And that's what they did.
I realized.
Oh my God. Did y'all hear that? He said they will follow me to drown in the water like the Pied Piper. That's what these people have done. They followed this man and they've drowned in the water. Oh, we're not done. Y'all know I'm just beginning on this man. Y'all know I'm just beginning. I'm just beginning on this man.
I have to use my powers for something else.
His powers. He had to use his powers for something else. This is the man y'all buying land from. Y'all don't know nothing about this man. Y'all don't know. I could tell by the way this man talked. He done dibbled and dabbled in some things he knew nothing about. And he's still reaching back to that stuff.
So I left. I went to.
If you're thinking of going back to school,
y'all don't know nothing about this man. Nobody, Jesus.
The hills. I had to build back. I had to drink coconut water. I had to go meditate. I had to come back to the Most High. I had to repent.
He had to come
Now,
back
let's
to
give
the Most
perspective.
High.
What
He had to go. If you have to come back to the Most High, that means you left people. That means he was playing with the other team, like I told y'all. He was receptive to it. He was open to what they were doing. But then he felt like, oh, I went too far. And I'm sure he lost his mind at some point in this conversation. He gonna tell us he had a mental breakdown, because that's what's gonna happen to you. That's what's gonna happen to you when you do things like this. You're gonna have a mental breakdown. You best believe that.
did you see yourself doing mentally within and outside that made you feel like you're going crazy? That you felt going to the mountains was necessary?
Bro, just because everything I knew, it just wasn't it. People are out here in the world thinking that the world is something. The world ain't that. You know, everything you hear.
So is it true? All the things that we hear about the music is true?
Yeah. Everything you hear about the world is true. There's no smoke without fire, bro. When you hear about these underground...
Well, if that's true, then everything we heard about you is true, because there's no smoke without fire. So what they're saying about you being a land taking their money must be true. It must be true. But you're more than welcome to come over here, Mr. Daniel, anytime you want to, and tell your side of the story. This stage is open to anybody. Come on over. You're more than welcome to tell your story. You are more than welcome to do so, sir. Just let me know.
Tunnels. When you hear about these children and, you know, all of these Epstein and all these things, of course it's true. Like, I know it's true. No one can tell me any different. Like, but like I said, the Most High bliss, no man can curse.
Right.
And, you know, I ain't afraid of nobody. Nobody.
See, that's what he keeps saying, because he trying to use that for his armor. But if this was a person that God has blessed, he wouldn't have been in the trenches with the devil like that. He wouldn't be telling us all the things he's seen, because you know what? When he found out what it was about, he would have left. He would have said, I'm out of here. I'm done. He would have did like Cat Williams, got up out of there and told everybody. But he didn't. He entertained it. He entertained it till it got too much. And after he went to the hills of Jamaica, guess what he did after that? I guess he came to Ghana and started selling y'all land.
With nobody, because I know what the Most High has done for me in my life, and I'm not this kind of sweep under the carpet. I'm not that kind of leader. I'm not. I'm a man that's going to lead you to the truth, because what they say about the truth,
set you free.
It will set you free.
You don't even know the daggone truth.
What I saw, I knew I would talk about it one day, but it's taken like nearly a decade for me to talk about it. Do you know why? Because I feel comfortable. Ghana gave me that. Ghana gave me
I feel comfortable telling y'all about my dealings with the devil.
I just told you a story about when I left the UK. I was in hospital. I was ill, and then I came to Ghana and I was miraculously healed.
Just because of the sun.
Because of the sun, the water, the earth, the spirit that is here. And then I just came back from the UK the other day. I said I'd never go back, but I took my far self back into Dirty Babylon. And what happened? The exact same sickness came back instantly. I had to run back to Ghana. I had to come back to Ghana with humble. Because when I
that's why people running over there like that, believing that lie.
left Ghana the other day, you know me, I'm real, I'm truthful. I had so many complaints. Ghana needs fixing. The customer service is poor. I'm here, willing to fix it, but that don't mean I didn't complain. It's poor. We need to unite. We're so disjointed. And I went to the UK. The service I got in a 5-star hotel out there reminded me that I'm a black man. I forgot I was a black man when I was here, bro. I forgot. I mean, I might be a brony every now and then, but...
You don't forget you're a foreigner, though. And if you say you forget you're a foreigner, you're a liar.
I forgot I was a black man. I forgot. When I went to the Intercontinental Hotel in the O2 in London, I'm naming them because they need to be named and shamed.
What happened?
Well, they treated me like I weren't paying my money to be there. Like, I come to sit down in the bar, get a drink, they're throwing the bill in my face because they're scared I might run out and not pay the bill. What's your room number? Just in case you don't have a room, we maybe need to get security to cover the entrance because this black man in the hood, I had my hood up. Because out here in Ghana, I'm out here with my key.
So why are you, he said because of his keloid. I think that's what he was about to say.
Keloids. I feel comfortable. In the UK, people make you feel uncomfortable. They just make me feel, so I had my hood up. So in the UK, they call me a hoodie because so they're scared when they see me with my hood up. I rode around my hood here. It's fine, no problems. No one is
but he said he had it because of his keloid on his ear, and people will stare at it. He's right. So he said he keeps a hoodie on because he keeps it pulled up over his ears because he don't want people staring at him. But again, this dude has self-confidence issue. That's a key right there. Another issue he dealing with: self-confidence, self-esteem, self-worth, all of that, self-awareness. So he's at these high value restaurants, I guess, and they see him with the hoodie on and they think he might be a criminal. So you can't really be upset with them either, you know. So I don't know why he got so offended by that. Just tell him, you know, okay, pick your battles, mister. So we're going to go through this part where he talks about there's a change in the music industry. Hold on.
Do with it, got to do with it. You know, Ja Rule, Ashanti. It was a vibe. Then they were told to, with obviously incentive, to change the music. Like, we're not doing that no more. And the reason they did it was because they needed more black people in prisons. Because the prison system in America, and people always come for me when I talk about America, like I don't know about America. I was in the music industry. I was in Atlanta for a minute. I have family in America. I can speak on it because I know it. So they were told that the prison system is a business. And if we get more black people in the prison system, the more we get, the more money we make. And what's the biggest thing black people love? We all love music. Africans love music. Americans love music. Black people, we love music. We're soulful people. The beats resonate with us. So in order to get people in the prisons, we can't have them loving up on each other, loving up on their woman, making love, doing all these things. No, we need them gangbanging, shooting, selling drugs. Do you know what I mean? We all know they push crack in the 60s into, do you know what I mean? Like
it wasn't the 60s. So no, you don't know everything because you got that wrong. The 60s was not smoking crack. That was the 80s. And this is what I'm telling you. He does know a little. He takes a little and he acts like it's a lot. So what he just said was very factual. Let me show y'all real quick. Now, in my state, he's right about the prison system. It was beneficial to get us to commit more crime because the prison system was outsourced, okay? And once this prison system was outsourced, they had what they called a lock-up quota. Let me make sure y'all can see this. They have what they call a lock-up quota. And this is coming from in the publicinterest.org, okay? They did a report on criminal lockup quotas. Now, in my state, so these private prisons say, okay, we'll come to your state, we'll do prisons in your state, but for us to do this prison, you got to keep this prison a certain percentage full. All right. So in Ohio, they told us, and this contract doesn't expire, I don't think, until, when is this? This contract in Ohio doesn't expire until June of 2032. All right. It originally said that you had to keep the prisons 95% full. You heard me. On page 12 on the contract. And Ohio's prisons had to be 95% full at all times. They updated the contract, and on an attachment on page 7, they said now prisons in Ohio have to be 90% full. So he is correct. So somebody would say, oh, wow, he does know what he's talking about. But this is interesting. Let me read y'all this real quick. There's expired. Okay, these are expired. But before Oklahoma's contract is expired, guess what theirs had to be? They had to keep their prisons 98% full. So, yeah, he's right about that. Now, that's what I'm saying. He knows a little bit to get you where you be like, oh, he is a messenger. Oh, he knows this. Oh, he knows that. But no, when you listen closely, you see something is wrong here. This story, it does not sound normal.
To the States, it's for a reason. It's all for the agenda. Like that. It's all a tool, bro.
Right.
They're all tools, and there's
go.
so many other tools that they use to push. Leave that. Oh no, not about that. But when you hear, you know, what,
Okay,
God, you be singing it, and you don't even know what you're singing. You don't know the frequency you're singing. So, and then you go home, you start arguing with your wife, and you don't even know why. That's because you brought the spirit of Jezebel into your yard. The spirit of Jezebel ain't just about loose women. The spirit of Jezebel could be in men. It can be in men. Like these spirits, you can invoke them quick and fast without even knowing it. Your TV is subliminal. Remember, it's called a tell-a-lie vision. Not television, it's called tell-a-lie vision. It tells lies to you in your vision.
Now
Flash.
that right there, that information he just got right there that he's quoting, you know who he got that from? He got that from Ralph Smart. I don't know if any of y'all watch Ralph Smart, but Ralph Smart does that. He does this whole thing about television. It tells lies to your vision. So you can't believe what you see on television. So he should have told us, like Ralph Smart says, or I got this from Ralph Smart, instead of presenting it like it was his information. Oops, sorry. Hold on, y'all. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Hold on, let me go back. Hold on, let me get back on there. So this guy is very, from what I've been seeing, I'm trying to see if I need to show y'all what else I need to show y'all on this video. Oh, this one part. I'm going to show y'all this part, and then we're going to get off here. Oh, it's been 3 hours. Yeah, we about to get off of here. All right, but I had to get y'all started on this dude. And this is always the longest part when we figure out who they are. Did I close the daggone video? Hold on, y'all. I might have closed the video. So what we're going to do, let me get this video back up here. Nation and industry. Okay, so then we're going to listen to this last part that I want y'all to hear. Okay. Because I just want you to get a good understanding of who you are dealing with. Because it's very important that we know these people that we are dealing with, okay? Because we've been dealing with this man, giving this man money, and y'all don't know what this man believes. It looked like this man been doing a lot of this, that, and the other. Okay, here it is. Hold on. But that's what I'm saying. You got to be careful. And that's what I don't know why we do that when it comes, especially to Africa. We just take people at their word. And, you can't. Hold on. That must be it. Man, but you can't do that. Hold on, yeah, I'm trying to get back up there. No, that's not it. Okay. Oh, that ain't it either. Hold on, y'all. Let me find out where this is. Okay, it's right here. I moved. Okay. So let's get this part on here so we can get off of here for the night. Because we got a lot to talk about with this case. We have a lot. This was a lot. Here it is. All right. So we're going to finish this up. This last little bit I want y'all to see. And then we're going to off here.
Same with the sounds. The sounds are in there. The beat is in there. So even me, I'll be in.
Are you worried that using...
Hold on. We're going to get off of here. Because this man is the king of emotional.
I hear, and I'm there singing, and then I remember, hey, do you know what I mean? Don't sing those things because, bro.
What do you mean when you say that?
Well, the Most High spoke to me. Those that know. They know when the Most High speaks to you. You will know. You will know. And how you know it's not the devil talking to you?
Yeah.
How do you know where? How do you know?
I've had people ask that.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? What practice that? What made you get all those things? Because people don't break free. They get consumed, they get hypnotized, and then they keep doing things without having to ask themselves why they're doing it.
Right.
What made you so different?
Like I said, I started with the toothpaste. I stopped calcifying my body. I stopped putting poison in my body. I was
So
a vegetarian.
he wants this man to believe the way he got free is because he didn't use fluoride.
You know, vegan for 7 years, 5 to 7 years. I stopped putting poison in my body. So I stopped putting what do they call it? Processed food. If it's processed, that means someone's tampered with it. That means I'm not too sure, bro. I stopped putting that into my body. I also brought the Most High into my life. Like, I could hear the Most High. When I say the Most High told me, some people have a problem with this on your channel.
He brought the Most High into his life. So that means he wasn't in his life. He wasn't in his life. Like I told y'all, he was playing with these devils. He was playing with them. These music industry devils. He was playing with them. Nope. That's why people are not been this land he's selling. I'm sorry, y'all, but this is a dirty dealing. And this person is cursed pretty much. Whatever.
They're like, how you know it's not the devil talking to you?
Yeah.
How do you know where? How do you know?
I've had people ask that. Yeah, what do you mean when you say that?
Well, the Most High spoke to me. Those that know. They know when the Most High speaks to you. You will know. You will know. And you will know when the devil's speaking to you. When the devil's telling you cheat on your wife, that ain't the Most High. If it's in alignment with good, most probably the Most High. Not all the time. The devil is a liar and a thief. Do you know what I mean? It's trickery out here. And sometimes, you know, you have to understand, if you understand the Job story, the Most High will deal with you. He'll say, devil. He'll be like, the Most High said to the devil, Job is my guy. Oh, gays, I ain't scared of them. I'm scared of the Most High and the wrath that he gonna put on them to happen, to strengthen you. To
But
test
someone
your
will
faith.
say, if he cared about me so much, why would he let me go through that?
To strengthen you. Don't you see some people change their life when some people die? Imagine I'm talking to my friends in the UK, they're not getting it, but make.
So this is another thing. He wants you to believe that Job went through all of this in the Bible because it was to make him strong. So he's going to tell you all this you're going through is just going to make you strong, and you're just going to, you know, be a better person. But I think Job went through what he was going through in the Bible because of choices that he made. We all make bad choices because God ain't got to put nothing on your body for you to suffer, for you to understand he's God. No, you make a series of bad choices and you have to pay for what you do. That's just my opinion. I don't believe God is a punisher like that. I believe we punish ourselves with our decisions that we make. That's why he says, I give you free will.
The airport just yesterday, and I'm standing in the airport and I'm looking at the big sign that says Aquaba. I'm watching people that I have helped come here.
Look.
Emotional, bro, because me and my wife, when we laid down in the bed last night, we had to say, wow, we have helped so many people make this transition, make this move, and seeing the joy on their faces. If you are in the West right now and you are second guessing coming here, then just take a holiday. Take a holiday. Contact me. Let's speak. Most people have not taken a holiday. They just pay for a consultation. They speak with me. That's it. Wow.
So the people don't take a holiday. They just pay him for a consultation.
Watch our journey. Watch the journey for yourself. Some people say rags to riches. I don't think I'm not rich, but it was rags
You are
to
now.
a better life than I've ever had in the UK. Trust me, you walk around Ghana.
Hey, did you know you might get a big
He said he have a better life in Ghana than he had in the UK. Wow.
Feeling proud. Everybody does. I see it in them. Walk around Ghana feeling proud because champion. Hey, madam. Hey, queen. Hey,
That's
king.
sad, man.
Like, there's love here.
These are the people that we talk about. I don't have love at home. I don't have happiness at home. I don't feel like a man at home. I get disrespected at home. But when I go to Africa, everything is good. You know that's a lie. You know that's a lie. That's a lie. This is to manipulate you. This is the game. This is the game, people.
Is there issues here? Most definitely. But how are we gonna fix them? We're gonna fly away with Jeffrey. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
Well, why don't you fix them in your country? And that's another thing. He pretend like he's from Jamaica, but he's from the UK.
Everybody should leave the country.
Everyone should leave the country, and the country's empty. It's fine. Everyone leave and leave me here, and then I'll start from the ground. Learn to love ourselves for eternity.
Exactly. Learn to love yourself, because if you loved yourself, you would embrace where you're from. You wouldn't be the victim. Your country wouldn't be Babylon. You wouldn't do all this, say all these negative things about the country that you come from, because you're saying those things about yourself.
Life.
I like that. Now, a gentleman who goes by the name, shout out to you, Diallo Sambri, the president, I don't know if he's the ex or the current president of the African American Association of Ghana, said that if you live in the US and you earn more than $120,000, $50,000 a year, you're wasting your time in the US.
Can y'all believe he said that? He said if you aren't, because they want a certain amount of people. What did I tell y'all? If you earn more than 100,000, whatever he said, you're wasting your time in the US. You need to come to Ghana and spend it all there.
If you earn $1 million a year, you're wasting your time.
Listen,
if you earn $1 million a year, you're wasting your time.
This is the game. Listen to him spit the game to y'all.
Because what are you going to do? Buy a house that your children can't get unless they pay inheritance tax. Buy a house that can be taken off of you at any given time. Buy a car that loses its value as soon as you drive out. Like, come and invest in Africa. 100,000 ain't nothing.
Come and invest in, what are you going to get? 100,000 ain't nothing. What are you going to get for that investment in Africa? What? Let's see what he say.
$1 million ain't nothing. You know what's more valuable than that? Your health, your dignity. If you,
you get health in Africa, who doesn't have the same healthcare system that we have, our healthcare system is better. You get dignity. How come you don't have dignity where you come from? That sounds like a self problem.
I mean, you can be in America and keep your dignity intact, stay integral, keep your health. By all means, stay there. Drink Kool-Aid and all them things there.
See, he trying to insult us right there. Drink Kool-Aid, honey. We don't drink Kool-Aid. Only a certain class of people drink Kool-Aid. Okay, and they stop drinking the Kool-Aid after a certain age. Okay, so that drinking the Kool-Aid, no, honey, you just trying to insult us. But no, sweetie, we don't drink. I don't drink Kool-Aid. Nobody in my family drinks Kool-Aid. Okay. We drank Kool-Aid when I was a little bitty girl. We don't drink Kool-Aid, ma'am. I'm sorry, sir. We don't drink Kool-Aid. See, there you go, talking about something you know nothing about. That's what I'm telling you. So, this person is a master manipulator, in my opinion. We're going to see if we're right or if we're wrong.
Really appreciate it, because this not only it opened my eyes to something that I actually never thought was a reality. And you coming from it and telling me makes me believe it now. How you said it, and I know it's going to do the same for other people watching, and it's going to create that awakening for them. So I really appreciate.
So just like he said, he created an awakening for him, and he believed what he said. So people are going to believe that we drink Kool-Aid like that because he said it. That's why people like this, you cannot just go around believing what people tell you. You cannot just go around believing people are who they say they are. I'm going to get off now. I'll call you right back. You cannot go around believing people say, that call threw me off. Let me get these comments. You can't just do that. You can't go around believing people. All right. So I presented to you who this dude said he was and who he really is. And what we're going to do now, we're going to go see. Yeah, he's a big hypocrite. We're going to go see what's going on. See if we can find, I showed you 2 scammers. We're going to go back up and see what he has to say about it. Okay? Because he's got some stuff on his channel, but we're going to look around and see if we can find anything else. If you were a victim of this man, please write me so I can add your story in on this. All right, because we're not done with you yet, sir. You got at least 2 more shows. All right, this was episode 1, and I ain't done. All right. So we're going to go through these comments. We've been on here 3 hours. Y'all know I got to get off of here. Hey, Fiona. So I'm going to go through here, highlight these comments. So the next thing I'm going to do, we're going to look through and see what we can find. Now we're looking for facts. All right, we showed y'all 2 facts tonight, them 2 videos. All right. And remember, Ghana Bound is going to come on here after we present the facts. And he's going to answer y'all questions and tell us more about this person. Now, remember, Mr. What's your name? Daniel Kiing. You can come on here anytime you like and present your side of the story. We are open to everyone. All right. Well, not everyone. I take that back, y'all. We ain't open to everyone. But look. All right, y'all. We about to get off here. We don't forget to like the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you will know when I release a video or when we go on live stream, because the lives have been popping, y'all. Because as the information come to me, I got to get on it. All right, so look. Thank you. Kiki, your reporting is brilliant. Thanks so much for exposing these fools. Oh, I'm not done. I'm not done yet. Okay, she said Hanover is in Montego Bay, but I'm not familiar with the parish she's talking about. Oh, so that's a parish inside of there. So we know the parish are the villages, y'all. All right, so we're gonna get as much as we can about him. And I don't know if we're gonna be back on here another day this week. Probably not. Let me give y'all a break and let me give people time to watch this one, because this is 3 hours. I Googled musical youth. I think he's too young to have been in that group. The group members are seniors now. What? I'm gonna look it up. See what I'm saying? We got to fact check this man, because I couldn't find nothing either. He said he wrote songs for Adele, but I didn't see. I've seen all the people Adele worked with, and his name was not on there. So I don't trust this man. This man is full of fertilizer. Honey, you know it. Mr. Exit. She said, Fiona said, I think he wanted to be famous, and he's never worked, and it never worked out. Yep. Wait a minute. His idea of club gay is his idea of club gay, I drag queens, but no, Kiki, the club had gays. Oh, and drag queens and was men only. Okay, so she was, okay. No, I went to the one was just, it was like it actually was a drag queen show. And I went with my cousin who was gay. Well, he still is gay. So we went to the drag queen show, and we would go, like they had it like, I think it was once a month or maybe once a week, but it was good. It was really good. We were potentially writing music. Yeah, for Adele. Yeah, you saw that? Well, we need to know he went on producing big artists to producing for, yeah, y'all saw that? I think this man is a liar. I'm sorry, Mr. Kiing, if I'm wrong. Please correct me. And please, you're more than welcome to come on here. What a liar. I think he's a manipulator. I think he's a manipulator too. Lucifer was in charge of the music in heaven. Is her just repeating what he was a part? Is he just repeat? Yes. He's just repeating what he's a part of. But yeah, that's why he knows so much about it. You see, he's interested in it. Yeah, he's lying from Zion. Yeah. So, again, he's part of one of our series now. The expats, where are they now? Where is Mr. Kiing from the Kings? Where is he now? Is he in Ghana? What happened to these people money, honey? We want to know, Mr. Man of God, where is these people's money? Where is these people land? Please write me and let me know if you was a victim of this man so I can tell your story. Nobody needs to be dealing with these people. In my humble opinion, after what we just heard and what we've been told, nobody. No. And God abound and Mr. Willis, you need to take legal actions, and everybody else. That is the only way you're going to stop these people. We have to expose them. We have to expose all of them. Now he keeps saying God can't, nobody can touch God, whatever he said. But honey, if you was God anointed or God anything, you wouldn't have done what you done to these people. No way you would have let these people handle these situations by themselves. And you didn't do nothing. Nothing at all. Whew. So look, y'all. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Y'all are a straight mess. Okay. All right, y'all. That's all I have for tonight. Please be sure to like the video. Please be sure to share. And please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, where we talk about the things that impact us. Right now, we're talking about the life, what's his name? The Life with the Kings. But right now, he calling himself the King. We talking about, is he a scammer? Is he really a scammer? Is he really a land scammer? If you have any information about Mr. King being a land scammer, please email me at kikilovesnigeria@gmail.com. All right, y'all. I will see y'all probably on Saturday. I'm going to have more information about Mr. King. I'm not sure which direction I'm going to go with it. I just let the information speak to me. But I'm presenting you the whole story of what this man did when he was in Ghana. So please email me your information and email me whatever you want me to say about your situation. All right, y'all. And as London Lady like to call him, the Lion King. If you got any information about the Lion King, please let us know. All right, y'all, that's all I have. Thank you for staying on here with me for 3 hours and 26 minutes, and I will talk to y'all later. It's Mr. King African. It's Mr. King. And yep, y'all don't forget to hit the like button. All right, I'll see y'all later.